What's up, fellers?
He's got that.
Ha!
He's got that TRT glow going on.
TRT glow.
Jose,
Who are we talking about here?
you and your growth forehead. You and your growth forehead.
Look at the size of that thing.
Look at the size of those hands. Look at those.
That's a growth hand.
That's a growth.
It is a growth here. I haven't done growth in 6 years.
6 years. You've been
How
retired.
do I get
for 3.
this fucking thing off? Okay, hold on. There we go. I gotta put some glasses on.
Are you
What's
that
that?
old now? What's up, buddy?
How we doing? We got Brett Daddy Wilkin on here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
And we got Mutant Daddy Nick.
Ha!
Mutant.
We got a lot of.
Nicky.
There's a lot of stuff happening between this whole crew. I don't even know where to start. Well, Nick, they know. Brett, so did you ever figure out the last time we had you on or we talked was regarding your stomach issue, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever figure out any of like what happened? I don't know if you talked about that in any other podcasts or I'm missing.
No, I haven't joined any podcasts, so this is kind of the first one since I've been getting through it all. But yeah, no, I'll break it down real quick. Yeah, so after a bunch of extensive testing, I pretty much did everything you could, and the GI map was probably the best in showing me that my gut lining was like completely gone. So your gut lining is made up of millions of cells. Yeah, so they're made up of millions of cell membranes that dictate what your pretty much gut absorbs, and then all the testings, all the readings on that were non-existent or extremely low. So just very bad case of leaky gut syndrome. So I wasn't able to absorb any food. So I was either just diarrheaing it out or I was puking it up, and then trying to repeat that process by eating more, and it just made it worse. So that's where it was. Now I'm working, I've already told the story. I mean, how bad it got, but I'm working with Dom Kuza. So he's a coach under Matt Jansen. And so he's kind of the gut protocol guy. And so we have been, I've been on this extensive gut protocol for probably 8 weeks now, 9 weeks. And I have January 1st, I'm starting, I'm pushing food, I'm pushing gear, I'm going. So either way. So, but for the last 6 weeks, I've
not either way. You mean if you're healthy?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. No,
I'm man, fuck it. Either way.
Yeah.
We're not man, bro.
I can't take it.
That's not happening on my watch, buddy.
This shit'll figure itself out.
Yeah. Okay. Just shit your fucking kidneys out.
No, but honestly, digestion's been awesome. So it's just involved, I'm eating 4 meals a day, just balanced out. With that, just staying away from dairy, really cut back. I try not to do any whey protein that I can. Not staying away from gluten. And then I'm doing like 2 gut drinks a day, which is, everything you can think of, a lot of glutamine, lemon juice, aloe vera gel, GI plus from Revive, I call it. And then a lot of probiotics. So that probiotics is the main thing that's trying to rebuild that gut lining, just so I can start absorbing the food again and stuff. But
so
I can tell a huge difference.
Did they say what was like the main cause or not really?
No, they you don't really know the cause, but I mean, I can tell you the cause. The cause was
pushed food for 7 years and gained 100 pounds.
The last 8 years, and Nick, this, like in the off season, I'm eating 6,000 calories. During the prep, I'm eating 3,000 to 4,000 calories. And so, and this is like, if people are listening to this that are competitors, and it's such a no brainer, but we all get caught up in it. It's like whenever I got done with the prep, it was right back into the off season. I'd go from 3,000 to 4,000 right back up to 6,000. I did that for 8 years. So just
you need a reset.
I never took a few months off just to like only eat 3 meals, work, hey, let my digestion just chill for a little bit. Right. I was always just, and that's what we do. We're trying to get to the top. So I was just constantly, back to more food, just there's never any breaks. And so how I kind of picture it, honestly, is like have a glass of water and pour water in a glass. When it reaches the top, what happens? It starts overflowing, right? And it just runs out the sides. So that's where I think I just reached that point, and it was just very, very bad timing. Like it happened during prep for the Olympia. So it's just like very unfortunate, but I'm pretty convinced that's what it is, because now that I've cut down food, I've lost size and stuff and weight right now, but it's just I'm absorbing my food again. I can feel a response and things like that. So
what's your diet like?
I'm doing 3 chicken meals and 1 beef meal, and then just rice. I'm keeping it really simple.
Yeah.
and then trying to just be that, obviously with the holidays and stuff, I enjoyed myself a little bit, but like I'm being
Now,
precise.
when you say dairy, I know some people consider like the almond milk, the coconut milks, the oat milks. Like, are you ixnay those too? Like none of those
Yeah,
as well?
I don't do any milk really in general anyway.
Okay. No, I know some people when they say no milk, they'll
Right.
include that as a dairy product instead of the other milk, like as a substitute. So I don't know if you meant all dairy altogether. I mean, dairy in general is just not good for you. Like, I mean,
I don't fuck around with it.
it's really not good for your gut.
Especially like cheese,
Huh?
Especially like cheese. Cheese just slows everything down.
Yeah, it's so.
I do love cheese.
I eat cheese every morning.
I love cheese.
My omelet,
eggs, bro. Cheese and eggs. Delightful. So
just
delightful.
fucking just pizza, just bread and cheese. I mean, come on.
I fucking hate pizza, man.
You only hate pizza because you were a fat fuck as a kid and ate so much goddamn pizza that you hate it now. So don't come at me sideways.
But
that means you used to love it.
So what if I enjoyed it? That I hate it now.
Yeah, but there used to be a love there, so you can't say you actually hate it when
I was
there
like 10 years old.
So from 1 to 10,
I used to eat pasta every day too, and guess what? I still love pasta.
Did you have a bad experience with pizza?
Nah, I
You
think
can't-
because like of how much I am so in tune of being a strict hardcore bodybuilder.
Have you ever had
I
Fresco?
know pizza is like the worst cheese.
Love
you could
Fresco.
do. I love Fresco, yeah. Pizza is probably like the worst thing you could eat because once that shit's in you, it ain't gonna come off for a long time.
don't
And I'm
care.
like, yeah, fuck that.
Long hair, don't care.
I like to enjoy food, and then it's off me in like 2 days.
You can't take fucking food critic advice from the guy who thinks Cheesecake Factory is the fucking capa de tutti capi. You fucking I drove it out.
When has it failed you? Let me know.
I hate Cheesecake Factory, bro.
Oh, I hate
Bang Bang chicken and shrimp.
That's the coconut one.
Yeah, Bang Bang chicken and shrimp. That's good.
So Brett, I have a serious question, not about Bang Bang, but Nick
Kinda.
had a bail out of the Olympia due to a hamstring injury, and you prepped all year, like Nick did for one show. What was the mindset when you had to? Because obviously we've talked to Nick and listened to like where his head was at. Where was your head at the fact that you literally had like almost a whole year to prep for this, and then you had to pull out a couple weeks before? Like, a lot of people were making comments about like, what happens during this process and what they feel for the person. Like, what is it like really going through the process when you have to pull out of the biggest show in the world in bodybuilding? Like what
show
what's
in
the process?
My career, right? Honestly, man, it was like, and I haven't touched too much on this. I talked to you guys personally, but it was easily the first time I've really dealt with like true depression. You know what I mean? And like, and it started early. Like, it was almost like I internally knew that like even from the start, I knew things were off, right? Just because I wasn't absorbing food right, and I wasn't getting that response in the gym. I wasn't getting strong. It was just really weird. So it's like internally I knew, and so that depression, that anxiety, that stress started going with it, and then it was like I said, it was just a snowball effect. So for like 5 weeks, and like the thing is, I dealt with it for like 5 weeks before I truly decided to pull out, and it was just getting darker and darker and scarier. And then that was when I, was like I had to make that decision, like because Ivana and then Millie, the baby, were gone for like four weeks of it. But then when they were back, it was different. I was like, I can't be in this headspace, dude. It was weird. I was like, all of a sudden, I was listening to like dark like music, and like when I trained too. And I've never done that in my life. Like I just started like tuning into that, and I'm like, dude, this is like really affecting me. And then having to release that, tell that information to the public, like, hey, I'm not competing. It was hard. Yeah. Like it's very hard. And then seeing the response, all the people that reach out. I mean, obviously that reassured me a lot of things and made me feel better a little bit, but it was still like, I'm still disappointed that I had to do that, right? And so like, and now the only thing we can do is turn that into motivation, or to discipline to drive us forward.
Well, I gotta ask, what dark music are we referring to? Because that made me cackle.
No, dude, it was just random, like
Megadeth.
Like Batman, like Batman, the music in the background, the creepy stuff. And I was like, why am I listening to this shit? Like, it was just like it put me in this dark, deep mood.
Isn't it weird that like when you're like down or depressed, it's almost like you want to like submerge yourself in that feeling, and it's
Yeah.
the weirdest thing. Like you actually want to feel depressed when you're depressed. It's the weirdest thing.
It was
It's like I want to feel bad for
that's your
some reason.
comfort zone of depression, I guess,
Yeah, I mean, I've never had to pull out of the Olympia. I've had to pull out of a show. You know, you and Nick are two very good friends of mine. Nick being one of my best friends, and to know that both of you guys had to pull out, I was wondering what it's like to pull out of that show. Jose,
well, to sum it up, guy, it fucking sucks.
It sucks. Yeah. Yeah, but there's also a mental aspect of how to get over that too. It's not just about, okay, I can't do the show. Like there's a mental aspect that not just goes into, okay, it sucks. Like we all know it sucks.
Oh, you just can't
Figuring it out
sorry.
and get no, but it doesn't matter what you can and can't do. What you do, what I do, what not what a lot of other people will do. So when you put it out there and you tell somebody what you actually do to get over the biggest hurdle that's been in front of you, people take that kind of stuff to heart. Like, Hose, have you ever had to pull out of a show?
Guy, you know me a long time. I never pull out.
Well, then where are the kids?
Seaman is dead, bro.
I'm just unlucky. I'm old.
His
dead.
semen's got no tails left. They're just
It's
balls
dust.
bouncing around. Fucking-
It's like cotton balls.
You shoot out fucking sawdust.
It makes a noise
Yeah.
when you come. Right? It's just nothing.
No.
What was that? No,
It's like, you know, like the New Year gun when it goes over like the confetti.
Yeah, exactly. No. To answer your question, never pulled out of a show. Never had to, luckily.
Never had an issue before a show. Got sick. Got worried. Got drunk.
Oh, that's happened. But I never pulled out. I finished. No, never. I've the one
That's
show
crazy.
that I actually boozed up the night before was the 07 USA, and I ended up winning the middleweights.
Who's
Yeah,
that?
we were partying Thursday night before prejudging. I don't know why, because I made weight and I was all
No,
fired
that's
up.
no. You told me no. I won't say what it was, but that ain't the story that you gave me. I don't forget this kind of stuff.
Yeah, because I had a girlfriend or two with me at the event, and I was stupid.
You don't. First of all, how dare
Yeah.
you come on Nick and Mine's podcast and try to throw out a fucking lie?
You don't lie on my podcast.
Yeah, don't lie on this podcast, bro. What the fuck you think?
No lies.
All right,
I'll tell the story briefly, quickly. 07 USA. I had a girlfriend. She came to the USA's with me, and then I had another girlfriend that wanted to come, and I told her don't come, and she ended up coming. And then came out to dinner with all of us. We were all at the dinner table together at a steakhouse. Yeah, at the
How'd that go?
Luxor. It didn't. It was so we ended up everyone at the table. It was like 8 of us. We all got smashed, drinking martinis and wine, and just to try to like smooth it over.
ease the tension.
Yeah.
Never.
But
Wait,
yeah, it never
So-
works out.
You took both of them out to dinner.
No, not on purpose. It just ended up that way.
So one kind of just tagged along without being invited.
Yeah, sort of.
You know,
So
Yeah.
I can't. So how many shows have you done? Do you think off the top of your head, if you could just guess from amateur to pro? 80?
At least, yeah. I
And
did
you
47 pro shows.
And how many
Yeah.
amateur you think?
Oh my God. For 16 years, I competed at least 3 to 4 times a year.
So you let's say 100 shows. You never fucking had it. You never had one issue.
No.
That's crazy to me. Me and you got the polar opposite luck because
Yeah, no, I
that was
don't.
the kind of shows
I mean,
that had more
things
fucking
didn't
issues.
go 100% every show, but I made it to every show.
Yeah.
You were banged up,
Yeah.
obviously. Sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, my last Olympia, I needed help out on stage. I was limping with
Your
my
hip.
I got my hip replaced 2 months later.
Ugh.
And yeah, but never quit or didn't do the show,
That's crazy.
That's
even if
wild
I
to
look
me.
like a bag of smashed assholes.
Did you eat a lot of food, like in the off season stuff?
No, but I always say that my off season was off.
Jose
Okay.
was like Sean. He didn't follow a diet. He ate whatever he wanted, and when it came time to prep, the switch went on. And off season was
That was
fuck,
it.
like if he trained, yes, but he didn't follow a diet. When I tell you at all, I've seen his fridge at all.
Yeah. No, I eat hot dogs and steak and cheese and roast beef sandwiches and pancakes, whatever, because it was off. Because I competed so much that
You didn't have a long period of an off season anyway.
no, maybe 3 months. So I would, at the most, 3 months, come off everything, clean out, and then I would end up putting on 40 pounds.
You saying that gave Nick anxiety about not following a structure in the off season. He immediately went to mental fucking just breakdown.
I can't eating a hot dog. Like, nah, I can't.
Would
Yeah.
you go off of like test completely as well?
Yeah, everything, because I didn't want to have anything in me. I wanted to like.
So right now I'm off everything. I'm off test. I'm finishing up Coleman.
Yeah, but Brett, you look really good. Like I saw you. You still look very impressive. Yeah,
you're still big, bro.
I'm 30 pounds lighter than I usually am. So
yeah, but you still look big, which is a good thing. Which means you
what's
held
the
a lot of
morning
that
weight?
tissue.
What's the morning weight?
I'm holding that. I don't want to get any lower than I am. I'm like 243 waking up, and I'm just eating the 4 meals keeps me right there. So I'm
you still look great though. Like when you posted that story of you shirtless that one time, like a few weeks ago or last week or something.
Yeah.
You still look really good, bro.
That's 243 with 4 meals. You had 2 meals in a day. You push it to 6. You're immediately going to go up almost 10 pounds.
Well, and the response off of
So what? I never asked you this. What's a norm when you say you push food like back in the day?
Oh,
I don't know what Nick's pushing food is versus your pushing food. But I want to hear Nick. Nick, give me like a normal off season, and then I want to hear
this
what
motherfucker eats like triple the amount of food.
So I want to hear. So tell just.
I'm not giving my meal by meal here.
Just like 2 eggs, egg whites, and a cup of oats. Like it's not hard, bro.
A cup of oats. What are we 212?
I'm this fucking guy. He can't give a fucking example, but the example that I give isn't fucking enough.
No, we ain't eating like babies here.
Brett, tell me what pushing food is.
I don't eat oats.
You eat cream rice.
Did
no, like my first meal right now we do 200 grams of steak, 3 whole eggs, 480 grams of rice, and 150 grams of fruit. That's like guy's day.
What kind of fruit?
And then for that meal, I like to do an apple. I like apple.
Do you slice it or do you just eat it?
I slice it.
There you go.
I slice it.
Yeah, it's much better that way.
Jose,
I don't want to bite into it. I like to just,
Jose, the gram thing gets me. We never did grams, dude.
I just did ounces.
Fucking grams now. Everybody does grams.
It's very precise.
Yeah, it's very fancy. They just weigh it.
Do you remember Chris's emails? It was like 2 egg, 1 C rice, veggie, M2, 6 chicken, 1 C rice.
The 6 means 6 ounces.
Yeah, it was, or what, 8, whatever. It was just his diet. Like people will bitch like, oh, it's a Word doc. This is it. I'm like, you got that Word doc is a fucking Ferrari compared to the fucking diets.
You needed a decipher book to read his emails.
So Brett, when's pushing food? Because obviously Nick's eyes lit up and he was like, this motherfucker. So when somebody says, I can't grow, and somebody says, well, you need to eat, tell somebody what pushing 6,000 calories a day in a couple of words or a couple of meals.
I mean, just off the top of my head, like thinking like some of at the peaks sometimes. This is building up to this, and then right before you go into prep and stuff. I would do like almost 180 grams of oats, 200 grams of oats in the morning with. I would do a shake with that. It's like 100 grams of blueberries, 200 grams of oats. I would throw like 35 to 40 grams of almond butter in there.
It's like cement. It's like cement. It's like cement.
Powder. Yeah, mix that up. That was just meal 1.
Was that the chocolate syrup one?
With a little chocolate syrup just to get a little bit more taste. Yeah, yeah. And so,
how many cups is 200 grams of oats?
How many carbs? That's probably like
Cups.
Oh, cups. Well, 80 grams is a cup, so 2.5 cups.
Oh my god, dude.
That's like 3.5 cups.
Oh, I would literally shit my pants.
Yeah,
I would.
And then
half a cup is a lot to me.
That'd be the only oats I would do. I wouldn't want any more. I couldn't do any more oats after that.
That's disgusting, dude.
No, the
how your fucking stomach hates you.
The rice was made up of rice meals. But then there was like 300 grams of rice. I never really go over 300 grams of rice just because I'll add something else. You know what I mean? Like that just gets to be too much like after that. So I'll do 300 grams of rice with like whatever, 8 ounces of chicken. But like every meal has fats in it. So either almond butter, like another 30 grams of almond butter, or 20 grams of, I do avocado oil or olive oil, whatever. And then I'll do pretty much with every meal after that. I was doing like 12 ounces of orange juice too, like organic orange juice. So you got the carbs from the rice, which is probably 88 to 90 grams of carbs from the 300 grams of rice, and then another 50 from the orange juice.
That's crazy.
And then the protein. Pre-workout and post-workout was always cream of rice. So I do rice and grinds. I'd probably do like 150 grams there.
That's the best cream of rice out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, by far.
Shout out to Sean Vasquez. Best cream of rice there is.
It's just very easy to eat.
So good.
Like,
it just mixes the greats too.
Sorry, so go ahead.
30 grams of almond butter and blueberries on that meal with chicken. Post-workout protein shake with like another 130, 150 grams of cream of rice and grinds. But on that one, I'd do like
no fat,
20 grams of no fats, 15 to 20 grams of honey as well. So douse it in honey, another. So and then I would do my steak meal and stuff at the end of the day with more rice and more orange juice and stuff.
Now, did you have cheats on that or no? Because it was just so much food.
No, I still do cheese probably every other day or day.
Bro, Brett was eating.
Oh my God.
And then in my peak, I remember this. In my peak, I was doing like a 7th meal in the middle of the night. And I would do like 4 scoops of like Red Com MRE just because of the meal replacement. So I do that. And then I would eat like 1 or 2 peanut butter and jellies with that in the middle of the night too.
I'm telling you, it's the protein that fucked your stomach up, man.
Probably just the amount of protein.
Yeah. Like Jay always said, Jay gave me a one-liner once, and Jay said nobody ever got big off of protein shakes, meaning nobody ever got big off of protein. Like the muscle got built off of carbs and fats. Like Jay always said he was a big carb guy. You know, like if you're going to go somewhere, increase the carbs, not the protein. Man, that's a lot of fucking food, dude.
I like fats too, though.
Yeah. I think every one of us could sit down and easily devour a jar of peanut butter without even questioning.
Brett, what was your heaviest with all that food? What's the most you ever weighed?
285.
Most I've ever weighed, waking up at, it was like 283, 285, I think.
Oh my God. Weren't you 185 when you did classic?
But yeah, when I started competing, I was 185, yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
I think it's fucking
when I met Brett, he was like, I was bigger than Brett.
Yeah, I sent you a picture of it. We met in Australia.
Not no more.
When I met you, Brett, at the like 2016 Olympia, Arnold, when I had to share a booth with your wife.
Yeah, yep.
And you were like a GQ model.
You don't remember this, but I remember when I first saw you it was actually at like the Phoenix Europa. Is that what it was called like back then?
Yeah.
Europa, you won, right?
I won in 2014.
Yep.
And then I was second in the Open in 2015.
I don't remember if it was 14 or 15. I'm pretty sure it's 14 then because but Ivana competed and I was there. And I remember I met Ronnie Coleman that day. He was at the booth and he was just shaking hands, wouldn't even stand up, just sitting in his chair, shaking hands.
I met you in Australia.
He couldn't.
I met you in Australia, right?
Yeah. The Arnold there, yeah.
Me and Jose were just talking about that. Nick, this is why I tell Nick, you got it. I know it's annoying. You got to travel. Like Jose, we were talking earlier about all the traveling we did and about how many fucking memories and how awesome it was and some of the fun shit we did. Like, you know, those guys They don't have it anymore, man. It's then that opportunity is not there. So I tell Nick, I'm like, you get an opportunity to travel, bro, go take it. I know it's sometimes it's like it seems like it's a pain in the ass, but I think it's worth it. I love the traveling I did.
The best thing about that Australia, Arnold, and I'm going to speak kind of for you two guys here that actually did it. I never competed. I went as a +1, right? So Ivana competed. I went as a +1. But the awesome thing about it was like the competitors and then their families or their +1s or whatever, the strongmen. So all the Americans, you like fly over there on the same flight, right?
Yeah.
So you just all stick together the rest
It's
of
awesome. Yeah.
It's like you versus the world kind of thing. I had so much fun. I remember, so it's probably 2017, I think I went, and when we were met and Rolly won, right? And afterwards, Rolly like just came out. That's when he came back and beat. Remember?
No, wasn't that when Brandon Curry won?
No. Oh, maybe it was maybe it was
the year that I was there. Brandon Curry won because that was the year Dallas fainted almost.
Yeah, the Rolly one, and then afterwards, like we all went out. Like literally, he's like, let's go out to eat. And so everybody that we all went out to eat together. It was like him, and then like a bunch of Americans, but then there was the Europeans. But it was more like just a lot more like team oriented. It was those trips were really really fun.
It was awesome. We'd go to the gym together. We'd go to everywhere together as a group. And as you said, it was hilarious. I'd be on a plane and I'd look like 2 seats over from me. There would be a guy, one of the strong men that was literally 700, 500 pounds, 7 feet tall. Like, and I don't know how he fit in those seats. They were coach seats. I forget the guy's name, big beard.
Oh,
an American guy.
American. I don't know. Well,
Yeah,
Nick can't fit in those seats by himself. Now picture a guy double Nick in those seats. Why?
Yeah, it's a riot.
Like Nick barely fits in the fucking first class seats.
It's pretty shitty.
I could do somersaults in there. Those things were nice.
In the first class seats?
Yeah, I was doing jumping jacks and shit. But they weren't even first class. They were just coach international.
But nice. I mean, we traveled the entire world, and we didn't pay a dime out of our pockets.
Never,
not a dime.
We were very lucky. We came up during a very unique time when, the promoters paid for everything.
Nick, let me ask you a question: if you had an opportunity to do that and travel and do that, like traveling and do those tours post Olympia, if they brought that stuff back and brought some of the athletes out, because they did that. They paid for, X amount of athletes to fly out and compete. Like, would that be something you would do? Or you just kind of like stick to the one big show and that's a wrap?
If I'm winning the Olympia,
let's say you won.
I'm Olympia is my only show.
Let's say you take second.
Let's say you're second or third and they pay for your trip.
Okay, let me paraphrase. Top 3, Olympia only.
Really?
Yep.
So say you're second or third, you can go to Prague, you can win 25 grand, and you can do seminars for 3 or 4 days. You leave there with 100 grand, and you're only gone for 4 days.
I don't think about the money. I think about the title.
Right, but the title was last week. I'm talking about this week. You're in shape. Yeah, you just go. You get to see a new country. Bring whoever you're with you.
Listen, traveling just never. Seeing the world never really fathomed me.
Yeah, well, what about your fan, like seeing not the world but those other fans on the other side of that?
Yeah, I would do it for that reason, but I wouldn't. I would meet them and then leave. I don't care to really look around.
Yeah,
I was never like that.
Yeah, he's not a sightseer.
No,
I mean, listen. When I traveled, when I was by myself, I didn't go.
I would be more intrigued to see like the gyms around the world, and then that's it. Yeah, I was even younger. I never cared to like go. Oh, I want to see that. It wasn't my cup of tea.
Nick likes his house. He's a homebody. He likes his routine. His house.
You ever go to Disney World, Nick?
Yes, I did. I do like Disney World.
I like Disney World and Cheesecake Factory in my house. And the gym.
I do like them big ass turkey legs.
They're fucking huge, aren't they?
Then they're fucking good.
You want to talk about a juiced up turkey?
That's juiced up to the max.
Where are you going?
I gotta piss.
Bring the phone. We know you don't have a laptop.
How do you know?
You told me today that you don't have one no more.
The iPad.
Brett,
The
how's
Guy
what?
Sistanino special.
Brett,
Brett, you want to see me piss?
I would love to.
All right, great.
Brett,
I want to hear all of it too.
All right,
how's
cool.
how's dad life?
It's good. That's what's honestly took up most of my time, and it's been that was a godsend. And it came at the
Jose, what are you doing?
What do you mean?
Hey, that's a great shower, by the way.
It's a nice shower. Can you hear it?
No,
It's a powerful one too.
it's probably all foam, all your protein.
Who pees like that?
What do you want me to sit down? Fucking Nick. Who pees like that? I'll sit next time. Oh, do I have prostate issues? Hold on. There you go.
Oh my God, Nick. Oh my God, you caught me.
Hold on, you gotta wash your hands too. I hate when people don't wash their fucking hands. You ever
Why
been in a nice
are you
restaurant?
moving your hands so fast?
I want to
Literally,
get it done.
It gets the germs off quicker.
Yeah.
Burning the skin off too.
yo, relax, buddy.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Jose's that guy that calls people out when they walk out of the bathroom without
I
washing.
do.
I know
I
that.
stand there. I'm like,
Brett,
are you
Brett.
fucking serious?
Brett, he wraps when he shits. He takes a piece of toilet paper and he wraps the front of the toilet of the seat so his schmeckle doesn't hit the porcelain of the seat. Ask him to tell you I'm lying right now.
I go like this.
Tell me I'm lying.
Then I wrap it.
We can't see.
Hold on. So it looks like that.
It's got a little perch.
Yeah. It's a nest. I built a nest.
Oh my God. I can't.
Hey,
You want to know how I know that? Because I went to his house fucking 10 years ago to take
It
a
was sitting there.
we were there and I went to go take a shit and it was fucking toilet paper. And I go,
Oh, he does it at his own house?
yeah.
yes, it's even more weird.
Hey, that's a precious thing. I don't want to touch in anything.
I thought you meant on like public bathrooms. I didn't know you meant at your own house.
Well, it doesn't matter where he goes.
I rarely would shit in a public bathroom.
Oh my God.
I don't
Unless it's
like
an
to shit in
emergency.
public places neither.
Yeah. In my
I'll
own house,
hold the
that's
grill.
it.
I'll
Could
cook
you
some cheese
imagine?
real hard.
Could you imagine? Look at Brett's eyes. Could you
I was
imagine?
crying, dude.
Could you imagine putting down a fucking bird's nest in your own house? That's insanity.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's just habit. I don't want it touching anything.
It gets a little cold. It gets a little.
Listen, I know.
It's touched
First of all,
enough.
what were you going to finish? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Finish.
I'm good. I don't know who's listening to this show.
Yeah. I'm like, I know the stories. That's not the worst.
No.
See, it is the least of your problems.
Anyway,
All right. So let's
how's
talk.
the baby, Brett?
She's amazing. She got her two front or bottom front teeth. So that's the exciting thing in our household, except for the
Nice.
process.
Does she eat? She can't eat real food yet with just two teeth.
No, but we give her a lot of real food. You just have to blend it up. So she eats everything. Like,
Well, that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
You blend chicken?
Yes, we'll blend like we do this soup thing. So it's like beef and then noodles and carrots and then a little bit, and then you just mix it all up and then to puree it.
She likes it?
Oh yeah, she the only food that she hasn't liked. I mean, she ate carrot or no. The one food she didn't like was carrots, which was weird by themselves.
Oh,
By themselves. But she would eat peas. She ate squash. We do oatmeal every day. It's like children's oatmeal every day. She eats a lot, and then on top of that, has like 4 bottles of formula every day too. So it's just constant. I feel like that's all I'm ever doing is feeding her.
Did she get the blended chicken from Uncle Martin? Is that his idea?
I haven't introduced that yet. We're gonna see.
Ugh.
I tried that one time too. I did it for a while. I don't want.
You could do that. You could actually get that down without throwing up.
I would use
Never.
chicken broth. So like I would do chicken broth as like the liquid with it. And so it was like in my head, I was like, this was when I was that meal plan I told you. I had to start doing that because it was so much food that I couldn't chew anymore. Do chicken broth with the chicken, and then I would just plug my nose and just fucking go down.
See, I'm going to say this, and this isn't me. Listen, God bless your soul for doing that, but I can legit say, and Jose, Nick, I don't know where you stand on this. If that's what it took, I probably wouldn't do it.
Hell no.
I wouldn't have been able, because that to me is not something that I would even remotely, that doesn't appeal to me. Like when people say they do that. Now I understand like when Sean Roden and fucking had his jaw broken, or I had a buddy in college get cracked in the mouth and broke his jaw and had his mouth wired shut. You don't have a choice then. When you don't have a choice, to me, like you got a choice like that. I just can't, I'm not blending my chicken up and drinking. God bless Martin for doing it, and he can get it down with no problem. But
why does he do it?
Just because he's eating so much food.
Yeah.
You get to a point where you can't eat 8 ounces of chicken.
The only thing
just resisting.
I get the chicken broth, but my man was using Crystal Lights. I'm not.
I didn't get that either. He would do orange juice and Crystal
because
Lights.
he was saying that like he was trying to flavor it like it was an actual drink rather than drink it like it was.
But it's fucking chicken, man.
Oh, gross, bro.
And you're putting like it's gross in general, and you're gonna mix chicken and Crystal Light. Like chicken broth, I get it, makes sense. But
the closest I've ever, I mean, people are gonna be like, "What's the fucking difference?" The
or
closest I've
Light?
ever, we've all done the chews and fucking gulp and swallow like the.
Yeah, you're sitting there chewing.
Yeah, like we all like that's like why not just? I mean, I don't know. I'm not. I never got to that point.
Was it easier to drink it? Like honestly, or
it was just seriously
Yeah.
the point where I couldn't do you couldn't even eat 8 ounces of chicken. Like it was like your body was resisting.
You like gag.
Or here the issue was it would take 45 minutes. It would literally take that long to eat 8 ounces of chicken. So just to blend it up, you could get it down in 2 minutes, right? And just be over it. This is like, okay, I'm done. I mean,
Brett,
that's a point.
That's why my head looks like this from eating.
Your head looks like that from eating 8 IUs of growth.
No, that's what everyone says. Do you think I've been on growth?
Bro, there's no way you're not.
What kind of beef are you eating? Yeah. What size finger are you?
15. I know because
I'm a 9. I'm a 9.
15 wide.
Just go like this. Look.
Those are short. Those are sausage links.
They're like this.
That's a sausage link.
They're like a fucking catcher's mitt. Look, who's that?
That's you. And me? That's us in India.
Yep. One of them tours.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking
Nick,
of tours.
don't you want to go to India, Nick?
Nick don't want to do shit.
Have some chicken tikka masala?
Uh-uh.
Do you want to go back to India?
Nope.
No. It was
You?
great while we did it. Dude, we were in an awesome hotel that had its own filtration system.
Yeah, but as soon as that gate opened to go out into the real world, it was like it was a completely different ball game.
Tell them we had our own security. We had to
everywhere
each time we entered the hotel, we had to put our stuff through the carousel to get checked for explosives or whatever. Yeah, it was awesome.
What do you guys think about that new freak? Nick loves him. That Rubiel.
Yo,
he's awesome.
He said he wants to come on the podcast. How do you spell it?
He doesn't speak English.
I know, but that's what I was trying to figure out. How do you get a translator for that?
I've never even heard him talk before.
I talk to Chris a lot. He doesn't speak much English.
I know.
He doesn't need to.
On this podcast, you do.
Wait, his profile picture is literally him measuring his neck.
Yeah, is he the original neck, like the actual Neckzilla guy?
Neckzilla, no,
skinny
Jeff
guy?
King. You guys are too young to remember Jeff King, but Jeff King was Neckzilla.
I know you're talking about. He had a hell of a neck. Good neck,
crazy neck. And he was never allowed to be in the IFBB because
really?
Yeah, he made a big stink because he won like the NABA USA or AAU USA, and they didn't invite him over. They wanted him to do the NPC Nationals. And he's like, screw you. And then he ended up getting in a car accident and it all ended. But he was a freak.
Well, I mean, really? What do you think? I mean, I haven't seen The last guy that was this massive, honestly, that compares him inside is Nick.
So I'll give you my rundown quick.
This size and and he doesn't even have Nick's upper body. But I mean, his lower body is insane.
He's got massive fucking legs, though.
Yeah,
he's gonna fall into the like Crizzo area, where like the 9th, 10th, 8th, 9th, 10th spot, where because he's got no lats. Like from the front, he has no width at
that's
all.
why I stopped here. Do you see this shot? This is see where his flaws are right here.
Yeah, he has no lat width.
Yeah, and he's got a wider waist, and he's got those huge quads. I mean, he's going to have to bring his back up. I mean, his upper body just needs a lot of work, but his legs are some of the most impressive things I've ever seen.
He could probably not train his legs for a little while.
But the problem that I have is that his legs. Yeah, he doesn't have those deep line separation like a lot of.
How old is he? Does anyone know?
I don't.
28. 28. Yeah.
Get out of here!
God damn!
Yeah.
I remember seeing him like 2 or 3 years ago, but people were just making fun of his neck. And then like just to see what he over these last 2 years, how much
he's made huge improvements.
Look at his face. That is a face.
That's what I'm shocked about is that he went from being like somebody that like people kind of like joked around about on social media to like
holy shit.
maybe he didn't want to be known. Maybe he was like, I'm gonna show you motherfuckers. You think I'm gonna be known for my neck? Oof. What a big
ton of muscle, but it's not really put together perfectly. Just yet.
But
I think this is his worst pose.
Yeah, it is, but it shows how freaky his legs are. Like, it's just crazy, man. Crazy how big his legs are. It's just mind blowing.
He's big everywhere.
Yeah,
he just doesn't have the structure like the I don't know if it's shoulder width or just lat width.
Go to these.
Yeah, see how thick he is from the middle?
Look at his legs there.
Look at the size of his ass.
That's next to Crizzo too. Yeah. Jeez.
Crizzo's got no butt.
Crizzo needs to do some hip thrusts.
See his
Crizzo beat us.
Nick, you think this is an unimpressive shot?
His side try on this was good. I noticed on stage.
That looks better, but you can't tell me the one you just showed looked like shit.
No, I'm just saying. I just saw this and I was like, damn, this looks damn good.
Well, yeah, that one looks good. Samson's not in it, but I also think this is Samson's weakest pose too.
Worse, but he doesn't even hit it. He never even actually flexes his tricep. He kind of just like.
Can we just talk about the difference in his leg versus Crizzo's leg in this shot, just in totality of size?
This is Crizzo's worst shot too. Side tricep is like it's a tough shot
because it's hard to hide a lot of flaws in it.
It is.
I mean, I don't think he looks bad in this shot right here, to be honest with you.
Well, that's a good pose for him.
You know,
man, I'm
like I said, I
think it's second.
I'm a fan, dude. I think he's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
he got third, right?
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised he beat Nathan, but
he did beat Nathan.
Yeah,
Nathan was fourth.
Was Nathan off?
I think they try to make him too full, and he kind of loses his lines a little bit. Maybe I don't know, but
yeah,
man. Well, he's impressive.
Yeah.
Nate has to be peeled to be at his best.
Yeah,
like when Nathan beat Regan at the first show they compete. I don't remember what that one was called, but Nathan was freaky as fuck in that show.
Yeah, dude, I'm a big fan of him. He's rugged as fuck.
Nathan, me too.
Yeah, a lot of muscle.
Do you think when we don't see lines like that, like there's a term that you hear a lot, people go, "Oh, he has thick skin," and a lot of times people think that that's like a knock on somebody. But like you go back to like the 07 when Brandon Curry turned pro. He didn't have those lines. He had that thicker, dense skin. He didn't really start thinning out his skin until later on in his career. Do you think that might be his problem? Is that he just he hasn't held that muscle density for long enough to have those deep cut lines in his physique?
Possible. I mean,
Nathan
also
neck?
No,
did you say Nathan or the neck?
Yeah.
Is it fucking a spinoff on our podcast?
the mutant in the mouth
versus Nathan in the neck.
Yeah.
But he also hasn't done many shows, so
yeah.
And he also
it's
has
a lot of new muscle.
That's what I said.
And he also has never.
Those legs weren't there a couple of years ago. His legs were not that crazy, and now all of a sudden he's a freak. So it's hard to bring size like that and condition all at once.
So he works with George and Chris as posing, I'm guessing. Is that correct?
Chris trains him.
Or trains?
George who?
Farrah, I thought I saw. Right?
No.
Yeah, I see that too. But I was like,
right?
I think George just took a picture with him.
I don't know if you're being sarcastic or fucking being serious.
You never know. You never know. People just take pictures with people, and then next thing you know.
If you had a guess.
I have no idea. Could be.
Here's one. Based on his physique, who do you think he'd fare well best with?
Coach wise?
Yeah.
Hani or who's your guy?
Brett.
Jansen.
Hani or Jansen?
I was going to say Chad or Jansen because Chad is known to have the freaks, and I think Chad does pretty well with the big boys. You know.
Yeah.
But I was with Matt or
yeah,
Chad.
but I think the kid needs condition, so I would say Jansen.
I would go if we're talking. Yeah, I would go Matt then.
Yeah, but
he doesn't need any more size. He needs
he does in his upper body. He does.
Lats.
Well,
maybe his lats.
Lats, upper chest. I think
really weird.
His front double bicep, his arms don't look as big. You know, I think that throws off.
I also don't think he's hitting the pose right, but that could just be the way it looks in the picture. But
you're talking about
I think his neck is too big. I think he has like 26-inch arms, but his neck is 36, so it makes it look weird.
Does he remind you a little bit of like a Hassan Mustafa?
With a tighter waist.
Yeah.
Tighter waist.
Yeah.
He's a little better shape than Hassan, believe it or not.
Yeah, Hassan's very blocky, very square.
Yeah.
You know, but he finally found his groove and stayed in it, and he's been bringing the grainy condition. So he's been nailing it. So, so Brett, what's the plan moving forward? What are we doing? So we're gonna push food, and then what's the goal? Do we have a show picked for next year? Are we gonna take it easy and take a year off to settle things, or what are we gonna do?
You're gonna hit 290.
I'll definitely be competing next year. I don't know when yet. I'm just gonna let things take off, see the response out of taking this break from everything, and go from there. So I do think Martin's actually going to be coming down here because he's doing the Arnold. So he's going to come down for like January and February to get ready for the Arnold. So that'll be a good little launch off with me to be training with him and getting ready for him ready for the Arnold. So we'll see where that leads to.
Yeah.
When does that list come out?
Usually, I don't know. Maybe after Christmas.
Trying to think when the Arnold issues come out. Jose.
That wouldn't make sense. No, because that's when.
No, I think it came out in December. I'm pretty sure it came out in December.
It should come out.
Yeah, in December. It came out before Christmas.
Right.
It definitely came out early December, like the second weekend in December.
They're 13.
Unless of course you're Nick Walker, you can let it come out.
Come in anytime.
Yeah.
Because I said so.
I'm sending that one out.
I'm gonna pull up. I posted me and
that's
Nick
what you say now.
So they bump it to 300,000.
It is.
Nick, how's your hamstring now? Is it feeling good? Give us an update.
400.
Yeah, I mean, I still have.
Look how fucking cute that guy is.
Fucking jacked.
It's adorable.
I still have
17 now.
What are you talking about, Neckzilla, making fun of him? Look at that, Nick.
Yeah.
Well, it's because I was 17 years old,
cool.
60 pounds.
Cool beaded necklace, bro.
This is
was
natural.
that a no fear hat?
Yeah.
Is that you don't even know how to ride a Harley? You don't even know how to ride a Harley.
It was my friend's Harley.
Yeah, get off the bike. You're not even riding the shit.
This is what Instagram is 30 years ago. You fake fuck. You
It was a
posing
photo
ass.
shoot.
Photoshop is what it is. You fake ass.
Yeah.
You stupid idiot.
That's a good-looking kid right there.
What a dope he is.
What are you doing here?
I'm looking at fucking questions, me and Nick.
Yeah, just look
Why-
at it.
Oh, I can do
Why
that.
did
too.
you make you
Fuck.
bigger than Nick?
I didn't do
'Cause
the
he-
fucking. First of all,
'Cause
don't
he's
try.
fucking
Nick,
insecure
shut
as
up.
shit,
Nick,
man.
shut up.
Who did that?
I didn't even do the fucking picture. I didn't do that.
He
You should have been
fucking
up to his shoulders.
Lewis
he
did it.
photoshopped his shit to look bigger. Fucking
He did.
better make sure Goob don't get you.
I didn't
Yeah.
fucke do the photo,
Who
so
was
you kiss
all
my
up on your
ass.
ass.
Goob ain't
Welcome
gonna
to
do
the
shit.
show.
Welcome to no
Guys,
show
just
because
to
I
you
don't do
know.
shit. See all these fucking photos? Real. Goob knows
I know.
what.
Till this day, I'll never understand why people do it.
And the fact that they know people that are out there with that go after people with followings and still do it, they're just fucking morons.
Exactly. Like, just be
Oh,
normal.
here you go. Best way to regain appetite. Brettzilla.
Go down to 4 meals a day.
Brett, I'm asking
Wait,
you. What you
Brett,
think I'm
That
fucking?
was the Q&A question. You're going through them.
No, I pulled it out of fucking left field.
Well, okay.
He might have. He might have.
But somebody asked Carlito's way. Best way to regain appetite.
Well, either reduce food or increase your output throughout the day. So increase cardio to make you more hungry. Or some people take MK677, which is a peptide that helps your appetite as well. But I've never done that because I no reason to. But that would be your only choice is to either decrease food and reset and get sensitive to food again, or as well as increase your cardio.
Or if you're having weird like issues with consuming food and you think your digestion is completely off, you could get like a test and see what food allergies you have because you might be eating foods that are completely off to your gut.
Yeah.
Period. You know. Do you? This is. I guess this is more directed towards Jose and me, but I'll let Jose answer it. Do you think it's a good idea to keep the Masters Olympia going, or do you think they should discontinue it?
Just continue.
Why?
Because he fucking asked.
No. Why does
What?
Nick
He's
think we
asking
should
Nick why.
discontinue?
I just
No,
feel
I
like
don't. Oh, you're asking Nick why? Okay.
I just feel like
Yeah.
at that point, you guys are old as fuck. Like, what are you doing it for?
Hey, take it easy. So I would never compete in the
Well,
Masters.
you just
Olympia.
no, it's not. I don't mean, but health wise, the way you're gonna look. Like, if you want to get in shape, just get in shape for yourself, man.
Yeah, do a photo shoot. Something, make
Yeah.
yourself look good. But no, I would never compete. Once I was started to decline, I was no
That's it.
longer improving. I didn't want to compete anymore.
I don't want to be the best of the oldest. That's what it is to me. I'm good.
The best of the still going.
Yeah.
I
Like-
understand why it's there and,
Me too,
and why
but I
guys
don't.
do it because they still have that fire to compete, even though
Yeah.
they can't compete at the highest level. There is a option for them. And that's great, but that's not for me.
Yeah.
Once I suck, I suck. I'm not gonna be like one of the guys who suck the best.
But you also
You know.
you're like me where if the fire would still be there if you were still intact. Like I'm pretty sure I'd still be going if my shoulders weren't fucking shot. Like I'm 41, still got a couple. I'd still easily have a couple years left with me health wise if my shoulders weren't fucking shunga. So
Yeah.
but I don't think the problem with that phrase is that I don't believe that fire in a man. Oh God, am I gonna get roasted for saying like a real man? The fire inside a real man, I don't think ever truly dies when it comes to that competitive edge. I think real men have that competitive desire to just want to be better. So I don't think that's ever going to die, which is why I think you have to find like another trajectory point in your life to grasp onto it for that competitive edge to be better than whatever. Because I think that's always going to be there. Like I still have that competitive drive in everything that I do, but I just try to focus it on something else rather than being on stage because I can't because I'm an old fuck.
I agree with
You're
that.
not even that old.
Both guys end up doing what happens. You're not a good example as they apply that to their children, right? Their sons.
Yeah.
they become involved that way, either coaching or being that at home dad telling them exactly what to do. So that's how they live it on through.
Yeah. Well, I don't have that. Jose doesn't have that.
Yeah.
Nick doesn't.
I
have
might.
that.
I just don't know about it.
Yeah. I always wanted kids. Nick, you're obviously younger, but did you ever want kids or no? No, huh?
No, I'm good.
Well,
Nick doesn't want to travel. He doesn't want kids. What else doesn't he want to do?
I like my own way, That's it.
All right. That's fine.
if it was up to me, I'd have 2-3 kids already. But
Yeah.
Hose. Oh, these are all sensitive topics.
I might have one.
I'm gonna go to the phone.
A little bit.
Hold
I'd
on.
have one. I'm jealous. I'm a little jealous of Brett.
Why? Because he's got a full head of hair. He's
That
better
too.
looking. He's taller.
And he's very young. Brett, how
So,
old are you? 36, 35?
34.
Can I ask what
34.
goes through somebody's mind who says, "Would you rather blow a load in a cat or a dog?"
Oh,
They should go,
I'm not done. Like what?
They should go see a doctor.
Like
Yeah.
who even thinks
who
about
writes that?
Ugh.
I mean, we've had a lot of we've
A
had.
psychopath.
I've been on a lot of
That's sick.
podcasts with a lot of questions.
But I'd have to say a cat.
You're an idiot.
Definitely a cat, like a puma or a mountain lion. A good sized cat.
because it's a pussy, technically.
Yeah.
Jose,
Yeah. And they're kind of sexy animals.
I don't even want to ask this because I feel like you're all pieces of shit.
All right, let's hear it.
That's great. That means you guys know it's about me. So you might just fucking have at it. Look at Nick. Nick is like a fucking lion ready to hop on a gazelle with this. He's ready to tear me down at any second.
Let's hear it. Come on.
Where would
Guy
Guy
wrote
place?
this question.
No, I didn't. Kyle Smallin. Where would Guy place in this year's 212 Olympia if he competed in his prime?
It's a fake account.
Fucking
Fake
ass. What?
Guy wrote this up beforehand. Kyle Smolin. That sounds
Yeah. Total fake
I
account.
don't know. This guy Kyle Schmall.
Where would Guy place? I don't know.
The issue is, I don't know who even placed after the top 5. I can't even remember.
Well, I
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
have been out of the top 5. So just take a fucking
Would have
step
been out of the
back, you
top
little
10.
fuck. Nick, I don't listen. You might have forgotten. I didn't suck as bad as you
Okay,
think.
no, that should be that's our question. Do we think Guy would have been in the top 5 of this year's Mr. Olympia 2?
No.
In his prime.
No.
I can't.
First of all, don't listen to one word Nick says because he's full of fucking shit.
Well, who was the
All
top
right.
5?
Well,
You had Sean, Keon,
let's put it this way.
Paris. Who else?
The Spaniard guy.
Oh yeah, he's good. Guy definitely wasn't beating him. Who was 5th?
Brazilian?
You're nuts, Nick.
Oh, it
You're
was
nuts.
the Ukrainian guy.
You're nuts.
I don't know.
Oli Krivi.
Ole.
I don't think I know.
Oli Krivi.
Oh, you're
So-
advertising?
That being said, well, let's just answer this. Back when, at the peak of the 212, when Flex was winning, and we had me, Eduardo. Guy, did you ever place top 5?
6. 5.5.
6th.
Guy?
Yeah, I said 6th.
Oh, all right.
This is the thing, and I'll say this, and people could say, and I'm going to talk. 212 was a much deeper lineup back when we were competing. It was a much heavier hit lineup than it is now. Jose said it. Everybody I talked, even guys that are currently competing, have said it. Our lineup was way deeper
So I ask you
as
this.
far as talent.
How do you think Sean would have done in your heyday?
We compete. What do you mean?
Now.
Oh, Sean would have done much better.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
How about Keon?
Better.
Sean's the first time I lost to Sean was at his first Olympia. And when I remember saying to myself, watching him get that medal around his neck, you ain't got much time left, dude. Like the guys that you were beating for years are starting to pass you. Like your time's up. Like that
Well, how do
was.
you think Keon would have done?
So this is the thing. We had gnarly, grainy, cross-striated,
You all did.
thing, and the only guy that has that in that lineup is Sean.
Yeah.
And that's not me being a dick. Like
Curtis kind of does.
Nah, I'm not saying they're not conditioned. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm not saying Keon wasn't in condition.
You're just talking about the graininess.
That gnarly graininess that Jose had. Like even like Flex had it in certain body parts. Jose had it. I had it. David had it. Hidetada had it. Huh? Eduardo had it. I mean, like the list is just, then those names go on. I mean, even back when it was the Jason Arntz were up there, the Kevin Englishes were up there. I mean, and I'm not even thinking naming those guys. Like there was a deep Jason
was freaky.
Jason Arntz was a great bodybuilder.
He
People
was
forgot that name that even exists. Who is that other guy who was like, I don't know if he was Russian. He was always in the top 5 hose. Man.
Russian
guy right now.
He had like bigger eyes, almost like he sneezed with his eyes open.
Bigger eyes. What the fuck?
How about someone like Mark Dugdale? Remember
Mark
him?
Dugdale, phenomenal. Yeah.
Healed
crazy
from every angle.
Yeah. I mean, you had Curtis Bryant. We had what's his name? Marvin Ward. Dude, they probably don't even know what the fuck that is. He was 5 foot nothing, freakiest fucking
what's his name?
Portions.
Marvin Ward from New Jersey.
Yeah, hold on.
Here's a good thing to compare. Why I'm thinking of it. So Ahmad ended up beating most of you guys, right? Because he was getting second next to Flex, right?
Yeah.
Do you think Ahmad was better back then when he was getting second to Flex, or he's better now and he's getting like 50?
Oh, I think he was better back then.
Way better back then.
He's digressed.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Way better.
Oh, I wonder why that is.
Because he got too big, too heavy.
I was gonna say you can tell he got too big.
Yeah.
His first Olympia in like 2017, or 2016, he was
second,
195 pounds.
And
now he's like 210.
He should have
just completely different physique.
How tall is he too? Do you know?
He's exactly my height, like
5'3"
5'3.5", 5'3.5", 5'4".
Oh my God, you're 5'3"?
Jose, look how peeled he is.
Wow.
Marvin Wood was 4'11".
Was he really?
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here.
No.
Yeah, he looked like a coffee table. He was so wide and so bubbly.
He was crazy. Some of the craziest proportions I've ever seen. I'm trying to find like a decent
4'11".
Yeah, he was small.
If he like took it seriously, he could have been one of the best.
These are not opening up. There we go.
They call them the human statue.
Yeah, these are
he was like 4'11", 160 pounds. He made Clarita look like a skyscraper.
Oh, look at there. That's
That's a hard. That's not. I don't even know what that is.
No, you had to see like a rear double or a front double to truly appreciate him.
There you go.
Stupid wide.
Yeah.
He had huge arms, tiny waist. And the pictures do no justice. You got to see him in person.
You can hit over, guy.
Go
through the photos. The red arrow.
Oh, it was, the little screen was covering it. I'm trying to see if I can get this bigger, but I can't. It's just tiny.
Yeah,
that's what she said.
I mean, I don't know if you could see how crazy his proportions are, but I mean, tiny waist, crazy legs. He got, I think he got like arrested a few times and ended up just falling like off the face of the earth. But he was crazy. I don't even know if these are. But I mean, those are just some of the guys back in the day that like were just freak shows that like have just fallen by the wayside that people don't even really talk about anymore. You know.
What about Tank Dixon?
Charles Dixon was a freak.
I remember him.
Yeah. I mean, we went through the fucking ringer, man. There was a lot of fucking guys. I'm trying to look around the room to see if I anybody else pops in my head from the 212. You know.
So I have to agree. I have to disagree with what you said, Guy, as far as the depth, because today the guys that are placing 7th, 8th, 9th are still really, really good. I mean, in really good condition. There's guys like kids from Brazil that are just crazy looking, but just aren't put together right, you know? Where back then the top 5 was ridiculous, and then it fell off.
You really
a
think it
bit.
trickled down though? I don't know. I didn't think it trickled down like that. I think that it was pretty, I mean, you had like the Charles Dixons were, 7th, 8th. I was 6th, 7th.
Yeah.
You had you had the Sean Claritas at the end of the pack. You had who else? You had Samir, not Samir. You had Sammy Al Haddad's at 6th, 7th, 8th. I mean, I didn't mean that there's no talent in the 1 through 7. I'm just saying that 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 isn't as deep as it was as far as the level of talent, like having body parts and having and being peeled. Yes. But I was talking complete head to toe, put together a whole package.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Felt like from 1st to like 15th when we were going, they were all put together and all really good.
Yeah, like Sammy was a 5-time world champion.
That's my point.
8th at the Olympia.
And if that doesn't say something for the depth of what the Olympia was, that's my point, right?
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you there.
Because Brett, you've done 1 O appearance, right?
No,
that would have been your first. Oh yeah, you're right. That would have been your debut. Wow. I don't mean the fucking.
He's got plenty of time.
Yeah,
plenty of time. Brett, I did my first Olympia at 34.
That's amazing.
And I did 10.
Let's watch Nick see what he does, and maybe he'll come back and say that he fucking was like going to the bathroom. But what were you doing?
What, you piece of shit?
You can see him in the shot. I see him. He's in the fridge.
I didn't know if he could hear us.
Hey, how do you think? So, okay, God, I can't think of his name.
Look how big he looks in the reflection.
The guy that won the Olympia 212 right after Flex.
What the hell? Kamal.
Did you say the black guy? Because that's what threw me off.
He's not black.
I know. I thought you said black guy, which is why I stopped in my tracks. I was like, I think I said
Mexican. I don't.
Oh,
surely not Mexican.
I know. I take that one back. I didn't know if he was or not. That's closer than black.
What about him?
How do you think you would have done if he would have been able to compete, or if he was in the IFBB at that time?
I think he would have been top 3. I think he could. I think it would have been him and Kareth would have been battling. But I mean, people.
No. I meant like when you guys were competing.
I competed against him.
Oh, he was in the IFBB.
Yeah.
Well, I thought he didn't.
Well, he was.
He won an Arnold. He won an Arnold against me and Jose.
So he competed my very last year. My last Arnold, he won.
My last 2 years, he competed.
Okay, he just came at the end. But he's like, where was he all those years? Because he's like 51 years old.
He came out of because Jose knows the story.
Yeah, he was suspended from the IFBB, and he just stopped. I mean, he was a multi-world champion.
What did he get suspended for again?
For competing in like
another organization, right?
Yeah. And then he had to like appeal to Mannion.
Jim was the one that kind of fixed everything, I think.
Yeah, the truth of the matter is he was suspended by Rafael Santoja. And then he said, fuck this. And he reached out to Mannion.
And Mannion helped
him. Yeah. And he said, come over and win the Arnold.
Jim's a great guy, man.
Yeah. And so the funny story is Chris Aceto helped him 15 years ago or 20 years ago. He was prepping him. And then he helped him like 2 years before he came back in a PCA show over in England. And he placed second to Sean Joseph Tavernier. Remember him?
Wow. He switched over. He competed in the IFBB. He was a fucking freak.
Yeah, he did the Olympia one year.
British guy.
Yeah, great guy.
Yep.
I still talk to him here and there.
He was
And,
like a Samson of 212.
yeah, he was freaky.
Yeah, crazy.
Nice shape, round, heart.
Nice
One
guy
year,
too.
Yeah, great guy.
Did you remember
He
how
picked
big
me
he
up.
got in the offseason? How fat he got? I laughed at the one time I saw him. He picked me up somewhere in his car. I think it was from the airport. He got out. I
Yeah.
didn't recognize him. He must have gained 100 pounds in the offseason.
Do you remember what happened? We were at the British Grand Prix. And
Was I there with you?
He picked me up at the airport, and I went to put my luggage in his trunk, and he's like, "No, mate, no." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Just put it in the back seat."
The drugs.
And yeah, he owned a store, and he's like, "I got a whole pallet of fucking Winstraw in my trunk," and I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "That's legal?" He's like, "Yeah, mate. Don't worry about it. Put your luggage in my back seat." And I'm like, "All right."
Come on.
That's how we roll over here in England.
You bloke. It's all right, Nick. Take your time.
I love you.
He's
You
drinking.
want to
it
ask
over
another
there, too.
question?
Yeah, well, I was trying to be respectful and get you back here, but okay.
I can hear, bro.
On push days, do you like to do machine pressing first or free weights first?
Machine. I actually start with a fly, but
Brett.
I always start with some kind of, usually like fly first. So I'll do like a cable fly, usually cable fly, just to get
yeah.
I've been activated. Then honestly, I would do my free weights first. I would do my like main compound movements, either barbell or dumbbells first before I'd move the machines. That's how I do it.
Yeah.
Today, like modern day, you do that. Free weights first.
Yeah.
What do you do, host?
Well, he's young. He's got healthy joints. I would need a good 45 minutes of cables and flies
and stretching,
sauna, massage.
No, I said I warmed up with flies first. I do a full that. I make sure I'm ready to go before.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
Brett, make sure he's warmed up. We did like 25.
I would never do my first exercise as like a barbell incline or barbell dumbbell or something like that. If I didn't do the cable work first, I would definitely do a machine.
Yeah.
Machine press first.
The last 5 or 6 years of my career, I ended every workout with compound movements. Like I would start everything with flies, warm-ups, extensions, hamstring curls, rope curls, whatever, and then finish with barbells.
I would call Jose every day if it was like chest day. Big, what did you do for bench day? Big 315. Big, how many did you do? Big 10. Big, all right. I'm going to do 11 today. And I hang up the phone on him.
Yeah. But I lied because I really did 20.
So you
Guy likes to compare Brett and pretend like he could hang. But I trained with him a couple of times and he ended up sucking his thumb.
Brett, if you believe that, I feel sorry.
I've heard some
because I'll pull up a YouTube video of Jose praising me for training harder than anybody knows. So if you want to let him fucking feed you this bullshit, I'll pull it up right now.
Guy trains very hard for the gifts that he was given.
You see, watch him try to turn this around now. Go ahead. Let your talent flow. Go ahead. I'll let you lie. Go ahead.
When we trained together, I would absolutely bury him.
He's full of dog shit.
I would bury him. But I was nice to him, and I'd be like, "Good job, Skip. Good job."
Let's move the way back up to where you're at, right?
No chance. Don't even fucking Jose. Pick a day when you come up here, we'll do whatever you want. You pick the exercise.
Dude, I'm 100 years old now. What do you want?
I'm 102.
You gonna pick on an old man?
You were
God,
telling me
I'm 9 years older than you.
You said you could out bench me and out fucking deadlift me today.
Oh, I definitely can.
You definitely can't.
You said all you can deadlift is 405.
You can't even fucking walk without WD-40.
I can still deadlift 405.
That's funny.
Yeah. I could probably power clean 405. You can't even
can't
deadlift it.
You can't power.
Get the fuck out of here.
You can't step upstairs.
Yeah,
Power clean.
you never know.
Walking down a fucking flight of stairs, you got to hold a railing. Shut up.
Give me some trend for a month, and I'll do it.
It's gonna regenerate your hip. Hey Nick, are you cooking this fucking meal from scratch?
Yeah, pretty much.
You killing the chicken?
Fucking kid.
Everything
Jesus.
fresh,
Alright.
bro.
Let's ask Brett some questions.
All right, hold on.
Quick, fast
gotta-
fire.
He's
Just
got to
rapid
go.
fire.
He's got to go.
Well, he's got a baby that's
All right. I
teething.
didn't know. Well, they told his baby was sleeping. He says baby goes to bed.
All right, Brett. Next
All right,
year, if
all right,
you had
hold
a
on.
choice, would you like to do New York, Vancouver, or Toronto?
I like my question better.
I want to do New York sometime, but it won't be next year just because that's not enough time. It's an earlier show. I
So
honestly
Vancouver is probably a good one.
I have
Towards the end of the
I've
year.
been thinking about Vancouver because that's in the end of July or whatever. So that kind of would time up right. So and I haven't been over the West Coast yet on the Canadian side. So I want to check
Side?
and also go see that gym, Ron's gym and everything.
Can't do it this
And
way.
Vancouver's beautiful. You'd love it. Yeah.
Hey.
I think you should do the Vancouver Pro.
All right, we're doing it.
Vancouver.
That's it, guys. He just announced he's doing his debut show of next year. Vancouver.
Next year.
Hey.
24
Hey.
days in Vancouver.
All right. If you had an option
Hold on.
for your physique to look like, would you want to look like Marcus Rule, Dexter Jackson, or
Guy Sister Nina.
Guy Sister
Jose
Nina?
Raymond.
I'm glad he won't look like that.
Shut up.
Dexter Jackson for sure. I love Dexter's physique.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Who's the funniest open bodybuilder you know? This will be funny.
Fucking
Open.
me, dude. What?
Funniest open bodybuilder.
Open bodybuilder?
Open.
Ooh. Nathan Diaz is pretty funny when he gets going.
Yeah, he
You know-
is.
He's hysterical. I just don't know what he says when he starts getting
Yeah,
going.
but it's the understanding.
I think Jay's
That
hysterical.
accent.
You think who?
Cutler's hilarious.
Yeah.
He cracks me up.
It's
I mean,
it's
if you wanna go
understated. Funny.
If you want to go into that, if you're going all time open guys, then yeah, definitely not. You can go and you got to think about those guys. Fucking.
Jay is a riot.
Jay's fucking hilarious.
Jay is a riot.
Oh, here's just a good one. Favorite non-bodybuilding athlete and why?
Non-bodybuilding.
So my favorite athlete of all time was or is LT, Lawrence Taylor. He was a outside backer for the Giants. But what I was very happy
Did you
about,
really just tell us who Lawrence Taylor was?
a lot of people, if I say LT, a lot of people will think LaDainian Tomlinson because they called him LT too. So I was just correcting people. See, say Jose. So apologize. Okay. You're welcome, fans and listeners. But however, I've said it on many podcasts before, and I'm actually crazy that they did it. But I used to say one of my favorite running backs of all time was Barry Sanders because he played at the height of the game and he got out when he was still one of the greatest. And they did a fucking documentary on him that I just watched the other day called Bye Bye Barry. It's fucking awesome if you haven't watched it. There's the Rocky one and the one called Bye Bye Barry that I watched. If anybody has any other documentaries, I love them. I think they're awesome. Put them in the comments because I definitely want to know. But if you guys have not checked out Sly, which is the Sylvester Stallone one, and Bye Bye Barry, you gotta fucking watch them. And Kelsey was fucking even good too, with the Kelsey brothers. That was fucking awesome. That one's really good, Nick. You'll like it. It's really good.
2 nights ago, it was amazing.
You'll appreciate it, Nick, because you have anybody that has a brother, especially, will appreciate it even more.
I did like the Sly one. That was good.
Yeah.
How about the Arnold documentary on Netflix?
That
one was good too. Yeah, that was actually the one. That was the first one I watched. I watched the Arnold one, then the Kelsey brothers one, then the Sly one, and then the Bye Bye Barry.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of a guy named Walter Payton?
Of course.
Yep.
Bears.
He's the greatest of all time ever that strapped up football cleats.
I used to watch when in high school football, we would watch, or me and my buddy, we would watch his highlights before every single game.
He was straight nasty.
It was amazing.
Let's see it.
Him and Barry Sanders were like very similar, and they were just the best ever.
Yep.
Let's see how big of football fans you guys are. You know,
Good.
we used to watch before football games in high school. Did you guys have like the breakfasts in the morning? Like and when I played high school football, like we would go to the high school at like 7 a.m. for like a 12 o'clock game. All the parents would come in and cook breakfast for everybody. So all the fucking kids would eat breakfast, like Taylor ham, egg, and cheese or whatever. And then we'd all hang out in the high school. We'd roll in one of the TVs from one of the classrooms and we'd watch the program before every game. Remember that movie? You remember that movie?
The table. Yeah.
Did you ever see that movie, Nick? The program?
Yeah, but I don't know if I'd want to watch it every week.
Bro. So wait, Mr. Routine doesn't want to have a routine. That was the routine.
Yeah, but I want to watch a different movie.
No, that
Nick
was a
wasn't
fucking
even born yet.
I
What
know.
year were you born, Nick?
94.
Yeah, it came out in 92, 93.
I started high school in 96.
Wow. So here's a funny little inside story nobody knows about. Originally, when it first came out, yeah, that too, they had a scene where they laid down on the orange line on the street. The guys from the program. And then after the first week, a couple of kids did it and get killed. So they cut it out of the movie.
Really?
But there was there was a scene where they would lay down on the yellow line just to play chicken to do something stupid.
You guys got fucking head smashed in. Oh my god.
Could you imagine?
Oh, they run over.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun.
That was a great movie though.
The movie's
Remember
awesome.
Latimer? Latimer was jacked.
Starting defense.
Yeah.
Remember when he fucking I can't say
Headbutt his head through the glass.
Remember when he took the girl and tossed her across the room? What are you leading me on? And fucking just
You're leading me on. Yeah. Hey, you know.
I guess
a little amped up.
Masteron or Primo during a cut. If it's real Primo, that's me.
Masteron.
I like Primo.
Masteron for a cut.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I like my Masteron. I mean, I like my Primo. Is it gay to wear another man's jersey? If you don't wash it, yes.
What do you mean? You looking at like a football player?
I'm reading it verbatim. Is it gay to wear another man's jersey?
Like a Brian Urlacher jersey?
Yeah, like a football player.
I would say no. No.
That's not gay.
I wear a Barry Sanders jersey tomorrow.
I think. Yeah, I don't. I have I have jerseys in my thing. I don't. What's so
I
gay
wear
about
a Quattro t-shirt.
that? Where did the T's come from?
Because
That's because you're fucking Puerto Rican.
You don't have jerseys.
I think we answered this. Where would Neckzilla have placed at this year's Olympia? I think Jose said between the 9th and 12th, right?
Yeah,
8 to 11.
Right before Regan. So probably 7th or 8th.
Tips for practicing posing, especially in the off season, not including a posing coach. I never really posed at the height of an off season because I never liked how I looked. So I never did that. I didn't like that. So I don't know if anybody else is like that. I never posed in really a full out.
I couldn't reach my arm to do a side tricep in the off season, so I just wouldn't bother
to do any poses or just that pose.
No, I just got so fat I wouldn't look in the mirror. I wouldn't look in the mirror until about 8 weeks out. I didn't like looking at myself.
Jose,
you get out of the shower and
Chris would give Jose 30 minutes of cardio, and Jose would do like an hour and a half because he thought he was fat and he wasn't going to get in shape in time.
Yeah, well, I was right.
It worked.
Yeah.
Jose was the one I chased most of my career. He was a pain in my ass.
Yeah.
Always got my way. How should a beginner cycle look in your opinion? Honestly, I don't think you need more than really test and maybe a little bit of like NPP or a DECA to start off with.
Just test for your first cycle.
You know?
Maybe some EQ in the second.
Second round?
Yeah.
Maybe a gram of Tren in your third.
Would guy no. It's not classic. Pros or cons or preferences between bro split or push pull legs?
Oh God.
What do you prefer?
I would never do push pull legs unless I was a fucking football player.
So okay, now why? Because I know that these two on here will disagree.
No.
I don't care if they disagree. This is bodybuilding. You have to sculpt your physique perfectly, and you have to build things and give every body part equal attention. You can't possibly give shoulders, pecs, triceps the same amount of attention in one workout. You just can't. So I split them up into days.
Well, that's why you have a chest focus day and then a shoulder focus day.
Well, whatever's you're doing is working, so I'm not going to argue with you. But I personally, I don't think the majority of people are mutants. I think for the most part,
Their mouths.
you need to focus on each body part.
No, I agree with Jose to an extent. Like my entire career was a bro split until this year, technically.
I didn't train to a bro split until the last year of my career.
Yeah.
I was at a bro split up until I met with John, which was the last like 3 years. I was
going to say, I'm pretty sure you trained a bro split your entire career.
That's what I meant. I meant I was a bro split up until I met John.
And I think it serves great benefit.
Yeah.
I think there's, it's a good.
I mean,
but I like to think the PPL split is better for more advanced lifters that know how to connect with the muscle better and get the most out of it in less sets per se.
Yeah.
And I think, for the bro split, it's good for beginner, even advanced, Jose loved it. But I think that allows an individual to really focus on a specific muscle group and call it a day, where, obviously a PPL split, you're doing 2 to 3 muscle groups. But again, I just think if you're able to connect with a muscle in an advanced way, you can do a PPL split and be perfectly fine.
Nick, how long does that workout last?
Honestly, it would probably take me shorter than if I did like a bro split, if I'm going to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, because for me, I'm in the mindset, if I'm doing one body part, I don't know when enough is enough. So like I could train chest for like 2 hours, where if I do a PPL split and I know I got 3 body parts, I'm going to give, say we're doing 3 exercises for chest, 2 for shoulders, 2 for tricep. I'm going to make sure I get the most out of it. And by the time I'm done chest, it's like 20 minutes have gone by.
Okay.
So and I feel that benefits me to better, because within those sets of a PPL split, I'm very focused on that specific, set, where I think if I do just a chest day, I don't want to say I fuck around, but like, I feel like I rush into a set too much. I don't take my time, and I don't get the same effect where I'm like, okay, like I got like 2 other body parts to do. I got to make this set count to the fullest, and that's that.
Do you train about 60 minutes, no matter what you're doing?
Hour and 15, hour 20.
Tops,
yeah.
All right, that's good.
Well, real quick, because we're going to circle back to this. But Jose, Nick, and Brett, I'm actually intrigued to the athlete question, non-bodybuilding, because that interests me, because I'm a big sports guy.
I really don't know, to be honest.
That is absolute. I don't believe that answer. There's no way you don't know one athlete that is a favorite at some point in your life that you fucking follow. That's insanity that you don't have one athlete. I know that.
Jay Cutler.
You can literally say Michael Jordan.
Bro, I never watched sports like that.
You played sports. If you played them,
played them. I never
played baseball. You didn't have what favorite fucking baseball player?
Are you not listening? You fucking jagaloon. I just said I played, not watched.
My point was, if you played baseball, you can't fucking convince me that you never watched any fucking baseball on TV ever.
I really didn't. No, I thought it was boring as fuck. I hated watching.
But there's not one sports player across any fucking platform that you can say, I like that guy.
I like Brian Urlacher, but I wasn't like a fan. Like I didn't. He just hit hard, so I was like,
"You're a fan of him."
I wouldn't say I'm a fan, because I'm a fan of Jay Cutler. Like I researched him, I watched him. I didn't do none of that shit with Brian Urlacher. I just knew who he was because of my brother.
Are your brother a big football fan or just big Urlacher fan?
Football fan in general. He watches that shit every Sunday. Yeah.
What's his team? Obviously Urlacher. What?
Eagles.
Oh, okay.
Do you know who Joe Morris was?
Who?
Joe Morris. Do you, guy?
No,
I don't even know.
You you were a Giants fan and you don't know Joe Morris.
Joe Morris.
He was
He's so
a
upset.
Barry
In
Sanders type of running back. Number
80s?
20,
80s.
80s running back for the
I
Giants.
I started watching when it was still Dave Meggett.
Yeah, sports. Listen, sports in general, I love to play them.
Where did David Meggett go to college?
You asking me?
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't. I was a Giant fan. I wasn't a fucking. I'm saying I started watching the Giants when Dave Meggett was a running back. I don't know background info like that.
Yeah.
Towson University.
See, so
Yeah.
I'm not. So just so you know, I like sports, but like same thing. Like I'll watch a movie. I don't know any of the actors. Like you ask me about football right now, I could probably name 5 people on the Giants. I don't do the research like that because now it turned into I like watching the sports over the players. Back then, when I was growing up, I knew the players. Like I went, you go in my basement. I have all the sports cards still. I have fucking Carl. Remember Carl Banks, Stephen Baker, fucking LT, Dave
Mark
Meggett,
Bavaro.
Rodney Hampton, Mark Ingram. Like I know all that. But if you ask me background information, I'd be like, they played for the Giants. I don't know anything before that because back then when I was growing up, we didn't have the internet. I knew what I knew based on of what was in front of me as a kid, and those guys played for the Giants. That was my team. That's all I cared
Do you
about.
remember Mark Bavaro?
Of course, the kicker. I'm kidding.
He was a tight end.
I have his jersey.
He's from Danvers, Massachusetts, right down the street from me.
80.
Yeah. Yeah.
His jersey's in my
80, 87 or something. I forget.
Is it 87 or 80?
I don't think it was 80.
That's a big. That's a 70.
Could have been. Could have
Hold
been.
on. Let me check.
Could have been. Mark Bavaro. He was nasty.
How about Ray Lewis?
Ray Lewis is a killer. Love him.
Literally.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
I saw a highlight reel of him yesterday on Instagram. He was a straight up killer on the field.
We were both wrong.
What was it? 86? 88?
Here come the jerseys.
So I got.
You gotta show us proof.
Somebody made me that. I didn't make that. This is. I got Cruz. Remember that guy? He used to be good.
Yeah.
Look.
Bavaro, 89.
89. We said 80. No, you said 87. That was Howard Cross.
Yeah, yeah. You're
Remember
right.
how-
Good job. Victor Cruz out of UMass Amherst.
He came out of nowhere, man.
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
went nowhere too fast.
Yeah,
one
he was a
ankle
good
injury.
dancer.
One ankle injury, and he fucking shit the bed.
He had a couple good years. He was really good.
Yeah. Did some good dance moves after his touchdown.
The salsa. All right, we'll do a couple more. Was it gay to wear another man's jersey? Meanwhile, a guy pulls out 3.
So apparently it is gay.
Very gay.
Tips for practicing posing. Beginner cycle we did. My TRT. I do 200 MIGs a week. That's it. Pros and cons between bro split and push pull legs. We were on that. Did you say your favorite athlete, Brett?
Dude, I'm a huge football fan, so I can pretty much name a favorite one probably in every decade, right?
But there's not one that like stands out. Like for me, LT stands out like hard.
Okay, the thing is, you already covered that, especially like mine was like Walter Payton, then Barry Sanders, then Randy Moss, then Ray Lewis, like in that, but me watching that documentary 2 nights ago makes me think
Barry
Barry
yeah.
all time
Yeah.
because you actually finally opened up his life. You discovered who he was behind the scenes, and like you knew it because he was humble. But the thing is, he was so humble because he was so much fucking better than everybody else.
But I also think he was humble
Yeah.
because I think he was so humble because of his dad.
It's because his dad wasn't humble and he was taking all the fame. Or
But
what?
I think I think he got humbled from his father. Really, hear how his dad talked about how he was better than his son all the time.
Yeah. Oh,
I
all
think
the time.
that's why
He would
was,
always say that Jim Brown was better than him too.
I know.
He's
So I
like-
think that's the reason why, right?
And I think he got to a point like he didn't care anymore. He's just like, okay, I'm just going to show you what I can do, and that's what you do on the field, and it was beautiful.
This is actually good. This question is going to help a lot of people. For both of you and whoever's a guest of the show tonight, after long preps and competing, would you get off everything, maybe PCT, even tests as well, or just go back on TRT dose until blood work returns to normal? Also, how long will this health phase be? I can answer, but I want to hear what you guys say first. And then I'll ask another one or two, and then we'll be done.
I'll go real quick because I'm going through it right now. And it's probably the opposite of what you think. But when I'm done competing, I'll get off for a while. I'll get off for like 6 months to a year. Let everything get completely back to, natural levels. And then
No. Hold on. I think they mean I could be misinterpreting this. I think they mean after like a cycle. After it says after long preps and competing, when it says after long preps, I think they just mean after like a long prep of not like when you retire.
Yeah. No,
So that's why I want you and Nick, because you guys are still currently competing. So I think this is a good question.
Currently competing, I would for what we do professionally and have to compete every 6 months. No, I just go down to cruise. Right now is like a one-off. Do this every.
So now hold on. When you say cruise. Because there's cruise, there's TRT. So when you say cruise, because I think people hear cruise and people like that. Okay, good. What's your cruise?
Yeah, TRT is what I mean by cruise. Like
okay, well, I've heard people cruise
some
on
people
a
split that,
cycle.
Like, some people might do 125 Monday, 125 Thursday.
I've heard Nick will tell me they cruise on 500 in fucking Deca, and that's why it's crazy.
Cruise on Deca?
Oh, bro, I've heard. Oh yeah, people have cruise.
Cruise is anything less than what you were doing during your peak.
Yeah, I took out the orals.
Cruise.
My cycle is 1,000. My TRT is 500. No, I'm not. I'm just not me. Not me.
I know that.
Oh, everyone just got silent. I'm like,
he's like, no.
What?
It's like Nick looked at me. He's like, don't be mad. Don't be mad. Don't be mad.
No, I knew.
I was referring to when you said I know people that do 500.
Yeah.
What is the craziest thing any one of you guys has heard other people taking?
5 grams of test.
5 grams of test.
I wouldn't even know what you put it.
Was that a professional bodybuilder or just someone you knew?
Someone I knew. Definitely not professional.
I had a client tell me he was taking 2,500 mgs of just test, and I thought that was the most insane thing. And that wasn't on top. That was on top of everything else he was taking. So for me, 2,500 mgs of test, that's 2.5 bottles of test a week. That to me, that just fucking blew my doors off.
Well, where do you put it?
Well, that's why when you said 5 grams, that's 5 bottles of test. I don't even know that seems unfathomable.
Like, you got to shoot like 3 times a day here,
bro. Have you guys ever had a bad shot or like had to go to the doctor or like get something drained? Because knock on wood, I haven't, but I have been around people and I have had to help friends drain certain things. And let me tell you, I had to drain a buddy's lats once. This is back in, I was already a pro, so it had to be 2009. Yeah, because I was still, 2009. You remember the kid Dominic? I don't want to say his last name. He wasn't a pro. If I told you his last name, you would know. You know the things that Derek had in his lats?
Yeah.
He had them, but on a different spot. And he didn't know what they were. And he said he tried to drain them, but he couldn't. So he came over and he asked me to drain them. Dude, I stuck an 18 gauge in the lump and took the plunger out and put a cup underneath it. And I was squeezing it around. Dude, the pus and the blood, I pulled out 40 in between both of them, 41 cc's of pus, blood, and gunk. It smelled so disgusting. It was fucking, but I know guys that had their legs cut open, their ass cut open, drains put in them. Like, I've never had a bad shot. I mean, I've never, people can say what they want. I never did a ton of gear, but I knock on wood, I've never did a bad shot, man.
Guy, since you brought it up, do we even know what the fuck that was in Derek's armpits?
Okay, so I can say this. I have a scar right here. I had from the tattoo infected lymph nodes that looked similar to what Derek had. Because you have lymph nodes, you have thousands of them all over your body. And when you get sick or if you're getting like a cold or you have an infection or your body's fighting off something, they do swell up. Mine swelled up so bad from the ink that I got 6. I got 1 removed, and then not long later I had to get cut open again and get another 5 removed. So there's no way they were injections, because nobody injects under their armpit. You go on the side of your lat.
It's a very awkward spot.
It's a very awkward spot. So I do think they were just swollen lymph nodes. Now, is it concerning to me as a friend? Yeah, because they shouldn't be swollen. And if they're swollen, that's not a good sign. That means something's obviously wrong. You're either sick, have a cold, fighting off something, you have an infection going on inside. So, and I talked to Derek about it, and I told him that because I talked afterwards, let him know, like, hey, I had something similar. So just keep an eye on it, because it's not a good sign. The first time they found the lump in my arm, they actually thought I had a lymphoma, believe it or not. So that wasn't a good thing, which is why when I went to the doctor for I think we talked about it. Did we talk about my ball sack on here when I went? Because I thought I had cancer 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, you got stung by a bee.
Have another mushroom, you idiot.
You said you got stung by a bee in your balls.
Oh, that was a story last year.
No, I was in the urologist 2 weeks ago. I thought I had
cancer. That was the last year's story.
I thought I had cancer.
Yeah. But
how would that happen? They were both so symmetrically swollen in his armpits. I'm not saying I know what it is.
No. So that your lymph nodes are an equal, like are all over the place. So that, if that makes sense.
I think it makes more sense that they're lymph nodes, to be honest, because they were so symmetrical. Like,
you're
not gonna have the perfect on both sides,
like when I got mono in college, and my lymph nodes, both of them on both sides of my neck, were both equally as big. They're like golf balls. They're gross.
Yeah.
So
I feel bad for him, because I didn't see it there at the show. I couldn't see it until the pictures came out, and he got a lot of shit for that.
Well, I want to ask you a question now that we're talking about it. Nick, if you're getting tired, I understand. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to keep you so long.
No, you're good, bro.
Because I'm on a roll, because now we just came up with something that we already touched on, but I have Jose and Brett, and I want to know your guys' honest opinion. And I already spoke mine. I don't know if you guys watched it. The biggest thing that upset me about the Olympia wasn't the fact that, obviously Nick not being there was the most upsetting thing for me, because watching one of my best friends not fulfill his dream, it breaks my heart. As much as Nick might not think it bothers me. It bothered me that he wasn't in it. It bothered me that Brett wasn't in it, because I know what it means. However, to watch Derek win and to watch the highlight of the show be Hottie walking off bothered me a lot. And we spoke about it on the last podcast. What is your opinion on that whole situation? Because I had a lot of things to say in regards to just that situation in general. I didn't take too kind to it. I think we've all been in a spot where we haven't taken a placing, or we had to swallow something that happened on stage. I didn't like what happened. I've taken a lot of second places, and some I should have, many I don't believe I should have taken. However, it didn't matter if I won or took second. I still acted appropriately. What do you guys? Is that like, how did you guys take? Because did you guys not care? I mean, some people are like, why do you fucking give a shit? He walked off stage, fucking who gives a shit? I take it a little differently, because I think that's a direct disrespect to a lot of people, a lot, not just Derek.
I don't think it was as big a deal as everyone's making. He gave Derek a big hug and congratulated him. He's a different type of person. He's not used to losing. He's got an entire nation on his back.
Okay, hold on. Time out. Just because you're not used to losing is not give you a right to be an asshole either.
No. I'm not saying.
I'm not saying that about Hottie. I'm saying that as a general statement. Yeah, just because you're used to being in a winner's circle, once you lose, that doesn't give you a justified right to be an asshole.
No, I think he was rightfully disappointed. And I think he
rightfully, because you believe he should have won.
I do.
Okay.
I do. And I think most people that were there did, except for the judges. But you know what? That's why there's judges. And when you watched Tyler's explanation, it was a pretty convincing explanation. I just didn't agree with it 100%.
What was his explanation? I didn't see his explanation on that. I saw a bunch. I didn't see that one.
He thought that from the front that Derek won, from the side that Derek won, and from the back that Derek won. And he rationalized.
I thought from the front Hottie won.
He said
did too.
Because Hottie's leg, one leg was smaller than the other. There was an imbalance.
Well, listen, and I'm not. This isn't. That's the reason why they're at the judging table and we're the bodybuilders. I mean,
it is what it is.
You know, you can't knock that. But so go ahead.
And you know, even he rationalized Derek winning the ab and thigh with a vacuum because Derek's waist was smaller and Derek's legs had more sweep, even though he didn't hit an ab shot. So I didn't 100% agree with it, but it was a good explanation. Derek's side leg was better. I thought Hottie's muscularity and condition and just hardness and everything. And I don't believe Derek's rear lat spread beat Hottie's rear lat spread. I thought Derek won the rear double. You could argue the front double, and then the rest were a toss-up. And I had Hottie winning the most muscular in ab and thigh. So that's where my math came from. So in the quarter turns, I had Hottie winning.
But that's still the circle back to the fact of him walking off and being in the winner's circle and losing.
So he did stay and take a picture and then walked off.
But hold on, he took his medal off and then they tried to stop him and he went.
Yeah. No, I'm not defending his behavior. I'm just saying it wasn't as bad as it looked. I'm
obviously I'm playing devil's advocate when you guys, because I want to hear what you think, because I thought I had mixed feelings. I didn't think it was right. I didn't think like the reason why I got upset was it because I felt like it highlighted that over Derek's win. So that's what bothered me, was that the highlight of the show wasn't a guy winning a 212 Olympia and then the following year winning the fucking Open. It was a guy that walked off stage and was pissed off. That was the biggest story. And I just, that's what bothered me about it. Not so much the act as it was what preceded it. And that's my point. That's all.
Well, none of us have ever done that. So I'm not defending it. I just don't think it's a expendable behavior.
Yeah.
Like I think Palumbo brought it up. Should he be suspended or something? No, I don't think he should be suspended.
That's a little far. I mean, that's a little.
You know, it was disrespectful.
I mean, I think he should give an apology, which I don't know if he did yet or whatever. But
you know, I just felt bad for Derek because Derek's not judging. Derek's not. He has nothing to do with it, and he won, so he shouldn't be.
For it.
Yeah, exactly. And had Nick been there, it might have been a different story all around. I think it really would have. That's an interesting.
It would have made it really interesting.
Okay. Is it gay for a guy to sleep in nothing but an oversized shirt, like the kind your girlfriend would wear? I'm going to go with yes before anybody says.
A little suspect. I'm going to
yes. If you just wear
I sleep in an oversized butcher shirt every night. So, fuck all you guys.
I sent him that 4X. It goes down to his knees. He looks good.
It sure does. It's like a dress.
Like a fucking. It's like a what you used to get in our class. You have to get a schmuck.
Mm-hmm.
Remember those?
Yeah.
So wait,
schmuck.
A schmuck. So wait, I think if you're a grown man wearing an oversized tee to bed and no like shorts or anything, like that's kind of gay.
That's very gay.
Jose.
What if it's not oversized? Is it still gay?
Yeah, you're walking around with a shirt and no pants in bed. That's like going in. It's like going in the ocean with your shirt on.
Hold on. I have worn nothing but a t-shirt to bed before, but it wasn't oversized. It was like just one of my shirts.
Why would you just put a shirt on and just
because I was fucking hot
and why are you letting your wiener hang out in bed?
Because I'm home and this is my house and I like to let my shit dangle.
Okay, but if you're gonna let it dangle, take your shirt off. Don't be weird.
I got a little.
Don't be weird.
A little cold, so I want to have a shirt on.
If you're cold, cover your schmeckle.
Yeah, but I don't want to get hot now, so I keep shorts off.
Take your shirt off.
Yeah.
So you think it's okay?
It wasn't gay until we started talking about it.
If it's not oversized.
I thought about me walking around my house with just a long, like a big shirt on and nothing else, and I'm like, you're gay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it at your house, guy.
No fucking.
I think we should all do it and post it on Instagram.
I'm trying to understand this question. At what time period do you guys think guys started to rate girls on a 1 to 10 scale?
What do you
Second
mean?
grade.
Here?
Yeah, I guess.
I'm gonna say early 2000s.
No,
No,
wait.
second grade, third grade.
So you were 4?
No,
8 or 9 years.
No, wait, what? You guys are thinking either what age, like with your buddies, or what?
Yeah, yeah.
Or what year did it happen? Like 1980.
He said at what time? He said what time period do you think guys started to rate girls?
Yeah,
on
wait, what time? I would say early 2000s.
No, because the word dime piece would mean you're a 10, and dime piece has been around for a second, son.
Well, yeah, this is 2023. I said early 2000s.
I would say probably in the 90s. No, you telling me our parents didn't fucking rate motherfuckers on a 1 to 10?
If my mom wasn't sleeping, I would totally call her right now.
What time is it?
Call your dad.
Call Tracy.
I'm calling right now.
Call your dad.
It's 7, 8, 9. My mom's definitely probably sleeping right
10
now.
o'clock. My parents are up. Hello. I'm gonna either get yo or hello.
Yo.
Are you fucking not home? It's 10 o'clock on a Thursday. What the fuck are you guys doing? You're 6. Hey.
Yo.
Hey. You're on the podcast.
On a podcast? Okay.
Did I stutter? Are we good? We're on the same page? I have a question. Ready?
All right.
It's a yes or no. You're how old?
That's no question.
You're how old though? I want you're 69, right? That's important for the question. I know. I said it's yes or no question, but you're 69, correct? When you were like younger, you who's fucking coughing so much? Who is that?
Jose,
what are you doing? Stop
it's all
coughing.
that trimming. It's all that. Are you peeing again?
It's his prostate. Why is fucking Brett blurry?
I don't know, but keep going.
Is mom there?
Right, blurry out of nowhere.
Is this? Did you ever rate women back in your day on a scale of 1 to 10?
That's like the 60s, bro.
You ever rate women?
Yes, Dad. Like, did you ever like with your buddies, like, oh yeah, she's a 5 or she's a 6 or yeah, she's a fucking 10.
No, we never did that.
So you were gay.
So ask him what he did then.
So what did you do? How did you rate women?
Like, how did you determine if a girl was pretty or not?
Or she was either that.
Say it again.
She was either hot, or she was either or she was,
I do that now.
So you guys, put mom on the phone.
Mom's right here.
Put her on the phone.
They have the term,
I know mom was rating those fucking.
They have the term butterface.
Did you have the term butterface?
No.
Oh, hi, mom. Did you ever rate guys on a scale of 1 to 10 with your fucking little high school chicken heads?
Yep.
You did. Why'd you get signed? You used to rate guys on a 1 to 10?
Oh, why not?
You whore.
Call your mom.
She's gonna fuck you up.
All right, I love you. Goodbye.
Your father just slapped her.
You ever hear the term summer teeth?
Yeah, some are here, some are there.
That was when I first heard that. That was the funniest shit.
I've never heard that. That was the first time I've heard it.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think my mom said it because you know how goofy my mom can be. And she's like, "Oh, she's got summer teeth." She's like, "Some are here, some are there." And I'm like, "What the fuck?"
I use the term your teeth look like a prison riot if I'm going to use it.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Okay, hold on.
Teeth are a big deal, though. If you got some fucked up teeth going on, it's not.
Oh, well, these are unanswerable questions. So,
Why are they unanswerable?
because you said so, Nick.
Oh yeah, don't do that. Nah.
Well, that was we're literally at 2 hours, so that was a good session with the boys. I miss
It
you
was,
guys, man.
but you got
missing
to
a
end on
lot.
one more solid question. That was not that good.
Well, I mean, there was no fucking. All right, let me refresh it. Key.
Key.
I got a question.
All
Brent has a question.
So Nick, what are the plans? No. What are the plans for this year? Competing wise, are you gonna? So are you obviously want to? I don't know. I just see online where it's like Nick wants a special invite.
No, I don't want one. There, people are like, "Are you getting asked? Do you expect?" I don't expect anything. Yeah. If people are like, "You deserve one," if I'm going to answer that truthfully, with what I have seen in past situations, I would say, I don't think anyone ever deserves anything in life. So let me just clarify. But with under the circumstance and how how everything happened. If they said, we want to give you one, I would think that it's deserving. But do I expect one? No, I don't. So obviously, I'm going to just chill until after the holidays and talk to Matt on a specific game plan and just go from there.
Yep.
That's why people are like, oh, he says he does this.
Oh, I got a question.
No.
No, that's I never saw that. I just saw the debate. Yeah, I did see the debate.
Yeah,
I think from what we saw in the past of what some of the invites were, I think you definitely qualify for that.
Well, that was what I was getting at.
Yeah, and so
I got a good question.
I think you deserve it. A top 3 guy, who suffered a catastrophic injury that needs to recover from the injury in order to come back.
And Olympia is always better when he's there. It's going to be better.
While you should be recovering, you're going to have to be in prep for.
And honestly, like the Arnold would just be too soon. I don't think I would still. It would be my potential, and I wouldn't feel confident, to be honest.
Yeah,
smart.
And everyone knows we all perform better when we're confident. And if you just don't have that mindset, it's just going to go shit anyway.
My confidence used to go to shit at the Olympia every year. The Jose and Flex would have to talk me off a ledge.
Well, that's because you suck.
Well,
Nick, I'm starting to fucking question my friendship with you. So I actually wrote this question down because I thought it was a good question.
You wrote it?
It's on my notes.
Oh, Lord.
That Steve
guy. If you went to
Smolin. Kyle Smolin.
It's that Steve guy. The Steve guy.
Kyle Smolin.
Who? Oh. My fucking that's my alter ego.
Yep.
If you got arrested, let's just call it for a full year. Would you rather? Actually, I think I know Nick's answer. I always say that. If you got to be in jail, would you rather have a roommate or be in a single by yourself?
Single by myself.
But hold on. Think about if you're in the cell for most of the day, you're not talking to anybody then. You're by yourself and you're in jail for 365 days in a fucking concrete fucking jungle.
What if the guy is incredibly annoying?
True, but I'm just rolling a dice here. Like, would you rather
I'd rather peace and quiet. Yeah.
That's
I know how to occupy.
No brainer.
What people don't understand, I know how to occupy myself. So,
Nick,
prison.
Instagram don't exist, bro. You're in prison.
I would write. You're allowed to write. I would write.
Okay.
Guy.
I would read books.
Prison, you do not want a celly at all.
I don't want to I don't want to be waking up in my celly trying to get in my pants.
At all.
No,
you guys really. I haven't answered it yet. I'm just talking.
No, we know.
Hey, what do you want?
You need somebody, guy. You would kill yourself.
Hold on. I've lived in this house for 7 years by myself.
You're barely there by yourself.
Well, are you kidding me? What
you
are you
have
talking
people
about?
over every day.
That's why you're spending 4 hours on a podcast.
No, that would be
You're on your phone talking to people. You can't talk to people in prison.
yeah, but
Dude,
I'm not. But hold
I
on,
spent an hour and a half on the phone with Guy today, and now 2.5 hours on a fucking podcast.
Let
The kid
me tell you
can't be
something.
alone.
I used to hate talking on the phone, and now I call Guy every morning when I do cardio because it goes by so fucking
he
fast.
does. See,
Yeah.
I'll be like, holy shit, Guy, it's been an hour, bro. Like, I'm pedaling still.
Guy's a time killer.
I'm a people person, but I also like to be left the fuck alone. And I don't think I'd want to be in a jail cell with somebody shitting and pissing and fucking just being gross in front of me. I think I'm good.
It's not like
now,
they got
hold on.
another room to go
Jose,
to. They're like above you or above you.
There's a part B to this question I want to ask. What if, Brett, what if you went to jail and you had to either be by yourself or you got to pick a cellmate, but it couldn't be a girl?
I'd still be alone.
Wait, it could be one of your friends?
I'd pick a cellmate. I'd pick a friend.
Yeah.
I pick a friend.
We might
For
not.
sure.
I mean, yeah, I definitely.
What do you
But
think?
not-
Okay, hold on. What do you think if you guys got arrested and you guys had they were like, okay, you know what? You're going to jail for a year, but we'll allow you to pick a friend who's never been in trouble before to go to jail with you, to stay in jail with you, to serve your sentence, to keep you occupied the entire time so you guys have something to do. Do you think you'd have a friend in your life that would give up everything for a year to stay with you in prison, like side by side?
Nope,
No.
because I wouldn't do it.
No.
Hell no.
How much you paying him?
I
I don't know. Wait, is there money involved?
I think that's
Well,
Is that the loophole?
The only way it might work.
What happens if you're like, I'll pay you, I don't know, I'll pay a salary, whatever. I don't know.
No.
What's
$100,000. Let's say 100,000, 150.
No.
Yeah,
No,
that's not a lot.
not unless. Yeah.
Not
No.
when the Arnold pays 300.
What happens? Hold on. What happens if you were? What happens if you were married or dating somebody and they were going away and they could choose you to go?
No.
Ivana's like,
No.
"Bet you fucking swear to God, you don't say my name. I'm gonna kill you."
No, I'm. She's saying stay home and take care of the kid. That's what she said.
Really?
There's no way.
Right, Ivana?
Do not put me in the
There's no
Ivana,
way.
Ivana, you are beautiful no matter what, my love.
Guy, would you do it? Honestly,
What?
would you be the friend to make do the sacrifice?
And I wouldn't have a friend to ever do it for me. Yeah, I'd be that guy. Probably depends on who it is.
No, Guy, listen. You have the biggest heart I know, but there is no way I will believe that you will give up a year of your life.
I said it, but I wouldn't, free of cost, I wouldn't be able to do it. That'd be insane. I'd have to.
No, it's free. You got to do it free.
I bet I'll say Guy would give up instead of like say his woman, wife, whatever, going to jail. He would go do the time for her. I believe that.
That I would believe. But to sit in a cell with your friend for a year, you did nothing wrong.
Just because.
Fuck no.
And you can't even make a living.
What? Why? It was just a question. It's not really happening, Nick.
Well, now it is, all right.
I'm
No,
getting passionate now.
it could.
Like if it's your wife, like that's a different concept.
It's a
whatever.
possibility.
But if my best friend, if Guy said, "Look, man, I fucked up. I gotta go to prison. They told me I gotta pick a friend, and I'm picking you," I'd be like, "Click."
Mutant in the mouth, boy. Mutant in the mouth together. Ride or die.
Shit.
Like, no, I'm good.
I'd be like, "Hey, Nick, I need you to, the judge said I could pick somebody, and you're my guy, dude. I need you there. The number you have reached is no longer in service."
Number changed so fast.
New phone. Who dis?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That was a good ending question. I like that one.
There you go.
So, Jose,
See, that's the last one.
you'd be by yourself, Hose? You don't want to sell
Yeah.
That's what they
No.
say in the
Not a
celly.
chance. No.
Commissary's getting empty. Remember that song, Akon?
Last
Oh,
one.
good.
Last real quick. Jose, who would you, if you could bring a friend, who would you choose? It doesn't, not I just in general. Who would
Yeah, I
you
didn't. Yeah, Nick, you didn't choose.
Doesn't, we
one.
don't need to know him, but who would you choose?
Oh, okay. Jose first.
I bring Guy. Guy be my bitch in my celly.
Damn.
Jose, we already talked about this.
Damn. He said you
Just
hold
on. We already talked, Brett.
Looking
Nick,
like a
he doesn't
bitch.
understand. I would fucking smack the shit out of Jose.
As he's putting dip in his mouth or whatever he's got going on there.
We were literally talking about fighting each other today on the phone for like an hour. We just went back and forth about who is bigger, stronger, faster. That's what we talked about for an hour.
God said he would fly me to New Jersey and give me $1,000 to come fight him.
So I can kick the shit out of him on a live feed.
You know what? Maybe you guys would
kidding
be
me?
the best cellmates, to be honest.
Brad, who you picking?
We would. I'd be balls deep in him.
To be honest, I might if I had to pick somebody, like if I had to call somebody right now, I would probably pick my videographer, Zach, because I've actually like traveled with him and stayed with him. You know, when like some people you can't live with, like you can't stay in a place with because they're dirty or, you know,
Bro, you're in four walls.
Yeah.
You're not,
so I've done a lot of traveling with him. I've done, you know, he was with me for 3 weeks over in Europe, and like I'm like, this is some dude I could probably, you know, I could live with and not go crazy. So like that's the first pops in my head right now.
yeah.
He'll document it all too.
Yeah, exactly.
all the good stuff that happens in jail.
Are there like cameras in jail?
Yeah, well, in this case, they will.
Just did it. I saw some YouTubers that spent like 5 days in jail and they documented the whole thing. I don't know. What prison had to do that.
Well, I'm picking my brother. Then we're doing this.
We're documenting it.
Me and Louis,
you don't have to worry about
me and Louis doing this. We're filming the whole thing.
How about you, guy? Last
Sam.
one. I gotta go.
Sam Sulik.
On that note,
All right.
Just kidding. Who would I pick to stay in the jail cell?
yeah, we know the question.
Yo, you don't have time to think. This is hate, motherfucker. You have 10 seconds to get what you're.
Wait. So now you're putting a clock on.
Yes.
Yeah, bro. 10 seconds. Let's go.
Go.
I probably pick my buddy Bobby.
Yeah.
I like Bobby. Yeah.
I
think Bobby's my so before we go, so Bobby's my business
Brett's
partner.
gotta go, man.
All right, relax. I can't give myself a little pat on the back, you fuck.
You always talk too much.
Mouth.
Let's go, Mouth. Hurry up.
Look,
So Bobby's my business partner in the gym that we just closed on a couple days ago. I'm not going to say exactly where because we just agreed we weren't going to say where it is, but Bobby's a great guy. He's one of my closest friends. He owns a gym called Muscle Inc. in Stroudsburg, PA. So we went into business and we have a 15,000 square foot facility at another location. I'm obviously not disclosed where, but it's absolutely awesome. But yeah, he's the guy that I would pick. But I wanted to give him a shout out because that's something that I never thought I would do. I never saw myself as a gym owner. Never had aspirations for owning a gym. But this kind of fell in line.
We're talking about prison, guy.
This is what the fuck.
We're done. I said that. We're done. I'm
gym infomercial.
Yeah, you fucking prick. We were talking about the fucking who I would pick, and I said Bobby, and then I said I pick Brett. I hope you choke on your fucking Fresca. You fuck.
Yeah. Plug your gym some other
I was
time.
giving.
I actually finished the Fresca. While you were answering that,
I hope Bobby fucking hears this and just sees the absolute utter disrespect.
No, disrespect you. We agreed with Bobby. That's all you're gonna say. We just had to say Bobby.
Exactly.
But I wanted to give Bobby a little fucking praise of who he is.
Instead, you were pumping up the gym.
Our gym.
Tell us about Bobby and how much of a nice roommate he'd be.
No, I don't want to. You ruined it because you guys are all selfish. You have fat hands. Brett's pretty and fucking has abs for no reason. And Nick is just a mean person.
Whatever.
Good enough. He don't give a fuck.
I love you guys.
We gotta do this. We gotta do this again soon. I miss you, idiots. Is it just me or is this just like the group? Because all my friends I talk to, all we do is make fun of each other. It's like you guys aren't really close. I should make fun of each other for a majority of your conversations.
Yeah,
that's kind of how I feel.
Yeah, I must love you because I fucking kick the shit out of you on the daily.
Me too. I talk behind your back so much.
That's good. Because you wouldn't have the balls to say it to my face.
I would kick you in your little fucking Skittles and deflated balloon there, buddy.
I think we should have a cage match, pay-per-view.
Take fucking donations. You're gonna need it for your hospital bill, you fucking old bastard.
You
Better
wouldn't
start-
last a minute.
Better start a GoFundMe for your fucking
You
next
wouldn't
hip.
last a minute.
Next hip.
Just an eenie.
But
All right.
I love you, gentlemen.
Right.
I will see you again in the future. Nick, go eat another meal. Jose, go fucking put some oil on your hip. Brett, go be a father, and I'll go fuck off.
Bye bye now.
Good night.
Assalamu
Good to
alaikum.
see
Love you
y'all.
guys. Be good.
Love you all.
Peace.
Love you. Later.